And welcome to Jubilee Reserve here in, I was going to say sunny Bassendean. I think we're just outside Bassendean. It might be Eden Hill. Well, that's what the old nav man told me this afternoon. Welcome to the coverage of this game between Bassendean and North Fremantle Football Club as Bassendean just start running out onto the field here, probably 5 minutes or so from bounce down. Now, my name is Ward Harris, joined once again by Mark Winnett. How are you, Winnie?
Yeah, very well, Ward. And yourself?
Mate, doing all right. I went the long sleeves today just to try and stay a bit warm, but yeah, really good conditions down here today, mate. Jubilee Reserve, it's good looking oval, and it should play. Looks like it. We could have a nice quick game of footy possibly out on this deck today.
Yeah, again, it does. It's a lovely day for footy, nice and warm. Pretty strong wind blowing what will look like to be to the left of screen, so that'll be interesting as the day goes on. But yeah, two sides down near the bottom end of the ladder, Ward, both looking for a win. Should be a really good game.
Yeah, look, absolutely right. Bassendean, they claimed their first win last week, played University Footy Club, and look, it was probably a bit of a surprise, actually. Their Uni only have won the two games for the year so far, but, you know, won 11-7-73 to Uni 9-7-61. But on the other side of things, North Freo look yet to put a win on the board this year. Competitive all day against Kingsway Footy Club. Just fell away in the last quarter, and Kingsway ended up beating them by, you know, probably 6 goals or so. But look, you'd have to say probably Bassendean just on form at the moment. Probably the favourites going into today. You'd
think so, and especially at their home ground as well. Probably gives them the advantage today. But great opportunity for North Fremantle also to get on the board. And it's pretty tough when you're 0-7 to start the season. But they would have looked at this fixture and thought, you know, we're a pretty good chance today to break our duck and get on the board. And for Bassendean, obviously having their first win last week against University, they'll be looking to string 2 in a row together and put a little bit of a gap between them and the bottom of the ladder. So as equally a contest as the top table, this should be a really good contest today.
Yeah, look, and we were looking forward to calling this game as we mentioned last week. 9th versus 10th, it should end up with a pretty even contest, as you mentioned. And look, good to be down here, Bassendean Football Club. We've got the Carlton Dry Siren Sessions here today, so a really good crowd sitting there kicking up there. I spoke to Darren Young, the coach of Basso, a bit earlier. He said, look, we've got 4 reunions going on today, so they're going to drink quite a few Carlton Dries, I reckon, and make a good day of it. But look, Bassendean faithful, mate, always nice and passionate and, you know, create a good atmosphere.
Absolutely, and as you said, the Carlton Dry tent's starting to fill up. Really good numbers around the ground. Couldn't get a car park when I got here, Ward, which is a good sign. So we hope that the atmosphere will be there today from the Bassendean locals, and obviously they'll be looking for their side to get the ascendancy, to get the crowd involved. But we love it when the crowd get involved at this level and get behind the players and the teams, and it really adds to the day, doesn't it?
Oh, mate, it does indeed. And look, as we mentioned before, Bassendean, North Freo, neither team have actually had a win this year. Basso obviously coming up from B grade this year, and look, have definitely been competitive in spots. North Freo, it's been a tougher year from them. Look, the interesting thing for both sides, they normally both wear black and white. We've got Basso being the home team in their traditional colours as both teams sit there and get into their final huddles. North Freo, I don't know what you'd call it. It's like a bright orange possibly going on, mate, with numbers starting in the 40s. So it's going to be an interesting challenge for us today, mate.
Yeah, look like the Dutch soccer side out there with their orange jumpers on. But it will be a bit of a challenge, different jumper numbers than what we'd prepared for. But we'll do our best to make that as accurate as we can. But yep, sides just breaking, getting ready to line up. So really keen to get this one underway, Ward.
And look, as you mentioned, not far away now is Bassendean just break. And looking at the teams there, I think they might be possibly kicking to the left of screen, possibly. But we'll find out soon as North Freo just about to come out of their huddle as well. As we mentioned, I'm pretty keen on Bassendean. I think they're going to get their second on the trot today as Darren Young just walks out and barks some last instruction to his players. What about yourself, Mark?
Yeah, I think Bassendean probably by 3 goals at home. As I said, good win last week. They should have some confidence now that they've got that first win on the board. And yeah, I'm thinking they get the job done today, Ward.
Beautiful. As both teams now start making their way to the middle of the ground, we're not far away from the bounce here out at Jubilee Reserve in the sunny suburb of Eden Hills. Should be a couple of good contests coming up today. It looks like we might have the big fella for Bassendean in Bennett Smith. He looks like to be the ruckman for the Bassendean Football Club. I'm just trying to pick up the big ruckman for North Freo. It looks like it could be Grubelich, possibly.
Yep.
And if I pronounce and muck up a few names today, please let us know. Come and tap us on the shoulders. Tell us what we're doing wrong. We're used to that anyway. That's okay. But look, hopefully you enjoy this contest here out at Jubilee Reserve. Umpire just getting his position now. I think it could be umpire Warrabeck again, possibly, mate.
Yeah, very experienced Mark Warrabeck. The game will be in good hands today with he's in charge.
And the umpire holds the ball aloft now, throws it up. Both the big ruckman go up. Well done by Gribblich in the middle. Kicked inside 50. I think that was by Mirko. Just out in the front of there. Daniel Sharp can't quite get it. Well done by North Freo. Nice and early. Good hands. Just dropped there. Bassendean with good pressure. Jumping on top of the footy. Well done by the Bassendean play. Just going to kick it out was Hollingham. North Freo just with a quick kick around the body and going back with the flight of the ball. Good saving mark there by the captain in Caradazzolo. So just trying to slow down things. Nice little chip kick there. Finds a play there in Jake Ricks.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these sides move the ball today and what sort of style both sides want to play. Haven't had a look at them yet this year, Ward, so really keen to see the system that they're trying to play and how that both goes against each other.
So Fernando just with the ball in the back pocket, quite happy to chip it around, find the open player. Good mark out on the far side. Umpire says play on, and that was that play in Kane Archie. Kicked 3 last week, and back to the player in Fernando. So real slow play at the moment from Bassendean, just feeling out North Freo, seeing if they can find any chinks in the armour as Fernando goes long up the line into the big fella. Good spoil over the top by North Fremantle Football Club. Pick up there by the player from North Freo, but just flick back and a long kick inside 50. The play there in Jake Musica underneath it, but that's another player from North Freo. These jumper numbers are a bit hard to see at the moment as it kicks inside 50, and they're going to be a free kick to the Bassendean Football Club. I think that might have been just over his shoulders there. I think it could have been a free kick to Bassendean. So good long kick down the line again. The big fellas go up. Oh, well done by Bennett Smith, just able to stay down, and Bassendean are out here. Just bouncing the ball forward. Levi Ridley with the ball there. Good in-ball pass. Ridley gonna be able to chase that one again. It's out of bounds just on that far side.
Really interested to see how Levi Ridley's gone. Well, I remember him back in the State 18s a few years ago, the son of East Perth champion Paul Ridley. Really highly talented young junior, played some league footy at Swan District, so he should find himself in plenty of space forward today. He's a really crafty player.
So as the umpire goes to throw the ball in again there, North Freo just trying to come out of that stoppage. No one able to get it out, but good quick hands there by Bassendean Football Club. Kicks inside 50. Good spoil by the North Fremantle player and just trying to bring this ball out of play now. Good quick hands there, and they just go to switch the ball across the ground there. And good mark going back with the flight. I think that could be Jared Hunter. So North Freo just happy to chip it around as well. Not the greatest kick. Good pressure by Bassendean Football Club, and that is holding the ball. David McKay with that tackle. Once again, another Swan Districts League player and a handy addition for Bassendean Football Club. As McKay plays on, goes to kick inside 50, just across the face of the goal. Good spoil by North Freo just to keep it in, but Bassendean out chasing the ball on that far side. And the ball's going to go out of bounds, probably 15 metres around from the Bassendean goal.
Looks like Jamie Delbarello's tried to take possession of that and con the umpire. The umpire wasn't having none of that, Ward, and said we'll throw it in. Always the opportunist forward, Delbarello.
As the umpire goes to throw the ball in again, Gribblich takes that one out of the ruck, knocks it down beautifully. But a gang tackle with about 7 players in there, and the umpire's going to go and grab it back again. Umpire throws the ball up. No one able to take that ball out of the ruck. The umpire's seen a free kick though, and that is going to be a free kick to the Bassendean Football Club. It'll be that player in Kane Archie. So Archie looking for his first opportunity and first shot on goal. As we mentioned, kicked 3 last week, and looks to be a pretty good option for him up forward today, Mark.
Yeah, former Peel Thunder player. Played a couple of league games at Peel, and hails from, I think he's from Pinjarra, Archie. So big, strong, powerful forward. Beautiful conditions. Wins behind him here, Ward. Should be able to go back and hopefully open the account from Bassendean.
So Archie, distance definitely won't be an issue. I'd say the cars behind are in a bit of danger here. Archie comes in, just stabs at it nicely. And he has kicked. What's he kicked there? He has kicked a goal. Kane Archie. I wasn't sure about the celebration from the players, mate. Not really up and about there, but Bassendean sure have got their first goal on the board so far. They lead this game of 1 goal straight. North Fremantle yet to score.
Yeah, good finish by Archie, as he should, from about 30 metres out. Good settler for Bassendean. Probably had the better of the start at the moment. It's been a little bit of an arm wrestle, but good to see him hit the scoreboard here. And back to the middle now with Bennett Smith's a really nice size, isn't he, Ward? Very athletic looking sort of ruckman.
Yeah, lanky kind of ruckman, isn't he? But he seems to jump well at the contest. And look, hopefully he can give Bassendean first use all day as the umpire comes back with the ball now. 5 minutes gone in this first quarter. Jubilee Reserve Bassendean lead it by 1 goal. As the umpire goes to throw it up, Bennett Smith not able to tap it. Brilliantly done by Gribelich again. Good tackle there, but well done by Bassendean Football Club just coming out of that contest. Good chip kick forward. How will it sit? It sits very, very well for David McKay. Could have thrown that one out. Umpire says no. The play then in Modica. Modica just handballs it back there, finds Caradizzolo. Caradizzolo just goes to kick forward. Good quick hands there by Bassendean Football Club trying to get forward. Takes possession out of that one. Does Archie, the last goal scorer. Good hands there to McKay. Kicks it inside 50. Just floats over the top. Good tackle there by Bassendean Football Club. Bassendean still putting the pressure on. Snap around the body. Looks like it's going to go just across the face of goal. Will it stay in? Daniels is one of those players there. Daniels just goes to chip it. Good kick there. And finds the open player in Levi Ridley. Good passage of play there by Bassendean Football Club.
Yeah, certainly was. Archie, very powerful on the half-forward flank there. Gave the ball off, and here's the opportunist we spoke about before, Levi Ridley. Really classy player. Still would be in the prime of his football years, I'd say, at this stage. And from what I remember of Levi Ridley, Ward, this would be one of the easiest shots you'll see for him.
So Levi Ridley, as Mark mentioned, is probably going to kick from about 35 metres out. Bassendean players clapping it through straight away. Was never in doubt. And second goal on the board for Bassendean Football Club. They kick another one within the space of 2 minutes and lead this game 2 goals zip. North Freo yet to score. We've got 6.5 minutes in this contest.
Yeah, ominous signs early for North Fremantle. Bassendean just looked to be moving the ball without a lot of pressure at the moment. Even early days, but North Fremantle certainly need to arrest a bit of momentum back here and see if they can get some inside 50s, sustained inside 50s, lock the ball in their forward half for a little while and test the defence of Bassendean.
And look, it all starts around the middle of the ground, doesn't it? They've had some good first use by Gribelich now, and it looks like Campbell Putland is going into the ruck now for North Freo. Let's see if he's able to add that edge. Good knockdown by Putland, and straight away North Freo going inside 50. Oh, almost bodied out there, but well done by Daniel Sharp. Sharp just goes to knock it forward there. No one able to pick that up. Harris Walker was one of those players, and just taken out of bound by the play in Ben Wardle for North Freo. But one of the first inside 50s so far for North Fremantle, Mark.
Yeah, it was, and again, good clearance. Putland, good tap out of the middle. Let's see if they can lock it in there 50 now or try and score from this.
So the umpire with the ball, going to throw it in about 45 metres around from their goal. Bennett Smith just able to knock that one down. Oh, good pressure there straight away by the player in Jason Mascos from North Freo. Well done going around the body there. Try to hack it off the ground. Putland just throws the ball forward there. Good power. Oh, well done by the North Freo player. First shot on goal there. Flying shot by that player in Jake Murko, the captain for the North Freo Footy Club, and they've got their first goal on the board. It's just a behind, but they first score on the board as Fernando just goes and strolls out of the fence there. Great kick and finds a player on the outer side for the Bassendean Football Club. They just go to chip it up the line. Not the greatest kick. It does stay in though. Good hands inside, and that player following up again was Mark Vader. Vader just goes to kick forward there, finds Del Borello out in the lead. Del Borello just goes to move the ball quickly, sits it beautifully for Booth. Booth goes inside there, just snaps around the body and out of bounds. Just in that forward pocket, bit of a wasted opportunity for Bassendean Footy Club.
Yeah, it was. And Mark Vader's another player I'm really keen to see. I had a lot to do with him at East Perth in his early days. He was a young sort of ruckman. We tried to play him in the Colts and reserves. But, geez, he, starting at centre-half back today, linked up really well then, penetrated with some good runs. So really keen to see how Mark Vader's developed throughout today.
Yeah, another one of those players that we see coming back to community footy. It's good to see those names around. As the umpire had to walk halfway through the car park to go and grab the ball, he throws it in just on that far side. Good knock by Putland again. He's been pretty good in the ruck so far as they bring it out there. Daniels just palms off beautifully, goes to kick. Have a shot on goal. Del Borello takes an absolute beauty of a marker, one-handed just in that forward pocket. It's not going to be an easy shot, Mark, but definitely not beyond Delby to kick that one.
No.
Oh, no, and it's gone out of bounds, actually. Oh, that one confused me, actually. But the umpires have seen something different to me. I know we're about 450 metres away.
Knowing James Del Borello, Ward, the ball could land in the car park. He'd still try and claim it, I think.
Oh, mate.
Ever the opportunist.
You've got to respect that as a footballer. As the umpire throws it in, probably about 70 metres around from the goal. No one able to take that one out of the ruck there. Picked up straight away by Bassendean Football Club. Gang tackle. Umpire says play on. North Freo just trying to bring it out, but the umpire has found a free kick just on that outer side. And it's going to go to the big man in Bennett Smith.
Yeah, he's probably a good 55, 60 metres out. Umpire's called play on.
And he just goes to set it up nicely there. Ball goes inside 50, but good mark going back with the flight of the ball. I think that could be Adam Feeney for North Fremantle Football Club. So he just chips it up beautifully there, finds his player just on the inside. And another chip play there. Well done by North Freo. Just trying to make sure that they've got their ball in their hands at the moment. Not lots of play to it at the moment, so just goes to kick up to the open side. Good spoil over the top there by Bassendean Football Club. Knocked forward inside 50 now by Daniel Sharp. Players going up with the ball. Spoiled out to the far side. Modica is one of the players chasing. The other one there is Jake Musica. And it goes out of bounds just around from the Bassendean goal. And he's paid a free kick here. Might have been a bit of late action from Modica possibly there. I'm not sure. As the umpire gives it back to North Freo. North Freo kicking up the line there. Good attempted mark going back with the ball was the number 20 from Bassendean Football Club. Smart play there. Just looking to... Oh, no, the umpire doesn't pay a mark, which is probably fair enough. Well done by Sharp. Just palms off the big fella there in Gerard for North Freo. But a kick up the line ends up falling in the arms of Tommy Eastor. Bit going off behind the ball as well.
Yeah, Norrie just being physical as a forward, letting his defender know he's here to play.
And well done by the big man in Campbell Putland. He's been pretty handy so far since he's come around the ball.
Yeah, he has. Started well, Putland. He's given a little bit of ascendancy around the stoppages so far.
And inside 50 there, just goes over the top of the North Freo player. How does it sit? Can't sit there, and the player in Kai Lucy was the one going to chase it there and just goes out of bounds. Probably about 25 metres around from the North Freo goal.
Good opportunity for North Fremantle here. Forward 50 stoppage, boundary throw-in. Let's see if they can manufacture a score.
As the umpire throws it in again. Well done by Bennett Smith, and they just go to clear the ball out there through Levi Ridley. So Ridley a big up and under. Great mark going back with the flight of the ball there by the North Freo player there. I think that could be possibly Tom Heenan. So Heenan just goes a big up and under kick there for the big fella. Where's it going to land? Oh, the big fella, the ruckman there, tries to get it, but good pressure by Putland and the other player there for North Fremantle in Harris Walker.
Just going to try and find a better way inside 50 there. Ward just sort of bombed away, didn't he? Didn't give his forwards any hope, really. On that occasion, Heenan, really good mark, but he just sort of, put the ball up and didn't give his forwards any chance of marking that.
So once again, Putland able to take that one out of the contest there. Harris Walker just with player on his tail. They almost sit there and balance the ball on their heads as it goes out of bounds. And the boundary umpire is going to throw it again about 60 metres around from the North Freo goal. Got about 12 and a half, maybe 13 minutes in this first quarter. Bassendean with just 2 goals on the board so far. North Freo with the one behind as the umpire throws it in again. Over the top by Putland. He's been dominant in the ruck so far. Well done coming out of that contest was Curran. Ball going forward there. Well done by North Freo Football Club. Here they go. Running shot on goal. How will it sit? It's bouncing. And it's through. First goal on the board for North Fremantle Football Club. Matty Marino on the run. And that was a well-needed goal for them, Mark.
Yeah, certainly was. They made the most of that opportunity, and the last couple of minutes have started to get a little bit more of the ball around the ground, North Fremantle, which has balanced the game out a little bit. So, well done, and they got reward there for the last 3 or 4 minutes of really strong work around the contest.
Well done, North Freo Footy Club. 13 and a half minutes gone now, but Bassendean leading this contest out at Jubilee Reserve. They're 2 goals straight, 12. North Fremantle Football Club, 1 goals, 1. Just on 7 points. And as I mentioned, we've gone probably about 14 minutes in this first quarter. So the umpire takes the ball back to the middle of the ground. Bennett Smith in the ruck again at the moment. And it looks like Grubelich might have gone back into the ruck again. Bennett Smith ends up winning that one. Ridley just jumps straight on. Big tackle there. And good pressure by the player in Levi Ridley. Umpire throws it up right in the middle of the ground again. Bennett Smith probably wins that one out of there. Good hands there. Great tackle by North Fremantle Football Club. Umpire just circling, but says no opportunity. And I'll come and grab it again. Ball up again, middle of the ground. Grubelich wins that one quite convincingly this time. Quick hands out of the contest there. Well done by North Fremantle Football Club. And they're out the front of this stoppage. Great kick inside 50. Big fella in Lucy there. Not able to quite take the mark. Good spoil by the player in Reece Anderson. Co-captain actually for Bassendean Football Club there, Mark.
Yeah, that was a great kick by Brad Cooper. Perfectly to advantage, unfortunately. Lucy just couldn't take the mark. But great delivery from the midfielder. Former Geraldton midfielder, Brad Cooper.
As the umpire throws it in again, Griblich wins that one down, but cleared out of the contest there by Levi Ridley. Great mark there by Del Borello. So Del Borello doing Del Borello things. He kicks it out to the far side, finds Fernando for Bassendean Football Club. Just waiting for players to get in front of him. One of those that runs past is the captain in Caradizzolo. Oh, cleaned up after he's kicked it. Could have been a free down the ground. Umpire says no, it wasn't. Let's play on. Ball trying to get out of that contest there. Just handballed forward by the North Fremantle Football Club and beats Hollingham Gum out of bounds just on that far side.
They move the ball quite fast, don't they, Bassendean, when they get it, Ward? They're very slick, cover the ground well.
Absolutely.
Good to see.
Absolutely right. But there's been a free kick given away again, I think, by Bassendean Football Club. It's going to the big fella from North Freo. Looks like he's just going to kick it up the line there. The big fella there in Griblich. Great mark there just in front of Bennett Smith. And let's see who he's got to kick to. Lucy out on a lead there. Just decides to go inboard. Risky kick, but it comes off. Finds a player for North Freo. Just chips it inside. Finds a player there in Lockie Feeney. So Feeney with the ball just in the middle of the ground. Absolute Barry Crocker. And chopped off by the player in Travis Booth. So Booth goes to play on quickly. Just over the top of the player there in David McKay. Will North Freo be able to pick it up? No, they can't. Finds Del Borello. Del Borello just chips. How does it sit? It just bouncing through absolutely everyone and through for a behind to the right-hand side. Another missed opportunity, Bassendean Football Club.
Yeah, modern-day football, if you turn the ball over, backward of centre, you're going to get scored against, Ward.
Absolutely right, and they probably got away with one there, did North Freo. Still only a goal down in this contest, and hope you're enjoying the broadcast so far. And a 50-metre penalty against Bassendean Football Club. I've given a couple of, bad free kicks away so far today, and hopefully it doesn't come to bite them later in the day. As North Freo just come up to the middle of the ground there, and good chip here. It's going to almost go inside 50. Putland is one of the big fellas there, and great mark by Campbell Putland, 55 metres from home. So Putland just going to set it up. He's almost gone a long set shot there. How will it go? Just over the top there, and great mark going back with the fly to the ball is Tommy Eastor. And looks like he should put this one straight through the big sticks, I think, here, Mark.
Absolutely. Great contested mark by Eastor deep in the goal square, and fantastic mark first and then kick by Putland to advantage. He's been very good, Putland, this quarter. He's been important, and he's sort of the driving force behind North Fremantle's resurgence after what was a slow start. But Eastor, 10 metres out, 45-degree angle, should be able to go back and kick this goal.
And he does, and the team are up and about nice and early here. 2 goals, 1 apiece out at Jubilee Reserve. We've got about 18 minutes so far. Hopefully you're enjoying this contest here. Carlton Dry Siren Sessions, and we've got ourselves a contest, Mark Winnett.
Absolutely, we've got a contest, and that's what we would hope today, and we expected from both sides. And really good fight back, as we said, from North Fremantle. Probably the back half of this quarter after Bassendean started really well, and some undisciplined kicks mainly coming out of the Bassendean forward line, Ward, down the other end of the oval, but been a few free kicks and 50 metres. Are going to have to get on top of that discipline side of things because North Fremantle have capitalised on a couple of those free kicks they've been given at this point in time.
And look, it really seems to be the big fellas around the ground that are probably having the most influence. I think there's been no probably key midfielders that I think are really winning any battles, and it's just seems to be what the big fellas are doing at the moment, which is quite interesting in this day and age with the contest, isn't it? It's a bit different to normal. It
is, and yeah, it's certainly right. All the midfield just still finding each other's ways in there, I think, but certainly no one being the dominant mid at the moment that we've come to see in recent weeks.
As the umpire throws it up again, and one of the dominant mids normally is Jason Daniels. Quick hands out of that contest there. Kick forward by Bassendean Football Club. Oh, good attack at the contest by David Mackay, but knocked by the North Fremantle player. Just going back with the flight. No one able to pick up that ball off the ground. I think the umpire's found a free kick again, and that'll go to the North Fremantle Football Club. Probably about...
Mascos, I think it is back there, the former South Fremantle Premiership defender.
Yeah, finds himself in a pretty familiar position there.
Absolutely. Very good footballer for South Fremantle over a lot of years. Following on from his dad, Arthur Mascos.
Another talented footballer.
Absolutely.
Good footy family, the Mascos family in WA. As North Freo look for another go inside 50. I think that Cooper just sets it up nicely. Goes over the top of Putland. Probably not one of his better kicks, unfortunately. and just marked in the last line of defence by Bassendean Football Club. So they look to come out this far side there, just chipping across, finds the player in Connor Tolley. Tolley just goes to play on nice and quickly. And finds a player here in Jake Ricks. So Ricks, nice and quick kick to Del Borello. Looks lost in the defensive 50, but takes a nice mark there, and Ridley takes a mark. So just a bit of slow play here, just to try and make sure they keep possession. Ridley sits there and finds...
He might need a GPS, Del Borello. I think he's been down there too many times, Ward.
No, he does look lost, doesn't he? But yeah, goes and kicks in the middle of the ground, almost taken off there by Harris Walker. But here he goes, Del Borello. He doesn't have a lot to kick to, but even though there's about 20 players in front of him, great flick over the top there to that player, number 20 for Bassendean Football Club. Good long inside 50. That's going over the top. Does anyone touched it? Well done. Back in defence by North Fremantle Football Club. And just another behind on the board. But, geez, you're right. They do move that ball very quickly, don't they, when they get a bit of space? Yeah,
they're happy to switch, which is good to see. And then when they get that open side, as we spoke about last week, when you switch, you've got to be able to play on. And that's exactly what they're being able to do at the moment, Bassendean. They look really dangerous, ball in hand, in their offensive ball movement.
A terrible kick in there, and it's gone straight to Peter Modica, who's taken that intercept mark, and he's going to have a set shot on goal. Haven't got a lot long left in this first quarter. I think about 4 minutes or so now. Bassendean with a 1-point lead, looking to put another one on the board. So Modica just strolls in, goes around to give himself a bit more distance. Looks very, very, very good off the boot. And that's straight through the big sticks. Another goal for Bassendean Football Club. First on the board for Peter Modica, and they start to wrestle back a bit of ascendancy.
Yeah, great finish by Modica. Another kid who spent a bit of time down at East Perth in the Colts ward, and found his way back to Bassendean. That was a really good finish from the wingman on that occasion. I was thinking the distance might be a problem for him, but certainly not. He kicked that magnificent with the wind behind him, and that much needed goal from Bassendean just to sort of square the ledger a little bit after North Freo sort of equalled the game. And been a really good start out here at Jubilee Reserve. Really enjoying this contest so far.
So as we mentioned now, probably about 3 minutes or so to go in this first quarter. Bassendean just with the 1-goal lead. As umpire Warrabeck has the ball back in the middle of the ground. Once again, Bennett Smith, and it'll be Grubelich again. Bennett Smith just knocks that one forward. How does it sit? Oh, great tackle there by North Fremantle Football Club. Wasn't rewarded though. Good spin out there by the player in Jason Daniels. Goes and picks up his own ball again, just hacks it inside 50. Going back to the flight with the ball was about 10 players there. Umpire could have pulled a free kick. Doesn't. Play on. And what's happened there? Oh, terrible miss on goal. And Travis Booth had all the time in the world, and he's just missed out to the left-hand side. And North Freo, geez, they've had a let-off there.
Certainly have. And another player looking forward to watching this afternoon is Jason Daniels. Ward, he's very powerful in there, isn't he? I know him from Swan District's days, but as a midfielder, big, strong, powerful midfielder, and they're always the hard ones to stop.
Absolutely,
especially
right.
in those contested situations. They can use their power to burst out of stoppages and bring their teammates into the game. And he's going to be a really important player today, Daniels.
And normally he has his brother Chad playing as well, but obviously he's out at the moment. But yeah, well done by the play there in Daniels. And it goes out to North Freo Footy Club now, just looking to try and play that little bit slower, make sure they don't have another one kicked on them, or at least get the ball forward of centre now and give themselves an opportunity to score. So North Fremantle just coming up that far wing there. Not the greatest kick. It's just going to go out of bounds in front of the player in Ben Wardle. That's about 70 metres out from their goal here. Minute and a half now in this first quarter. It's been a good one. Bassendean leading at 3-3-21. North Fremantle Football Club at 2-1-13. As the umpire throws the ball in again. Knocked forward there by Grubelich. North Freo just going to pick up the ball, but gang tackled straight away by a couple of Bassendean players. And the umpire will come in again. Warrabeck throws the ball up. Bennett Smith just punches it forward there, but sharked beautifully by the North Fremantle player. Not the greatest kick in the world. And finds the play there in Ricks. So Ricks just goes and slows it down. Finds Fernando, who's decided to do the same thing.
Yep, look like they're happy to maybe close the quarter down and going with his small lead, Ward.
So Fernando just goes long and strong down the line. Is it touched over the line? Umpire says yes, it is. And he'll come and throw it in.
I never really understand that when you're in front with a sort of a minute to go, that side's want to close it down. I mean, I'll be trying to score and obviously put the pressure back on the opposition, see if he can kick another one. But that's the modern day, I suppose.
Oh, look, and there was a really good opportunity to bring it out this far side as well. And look, it could come to burn Bassendean Football Club here as North Freo went to go inside 50, but good pick up by the Bassendean Football Club. Good handball out to the far side there, just chips it forward and a long kick down the line. Well done by the player in Daniels. Daniels goes to go now. Not much longer to go in this first quarter. Good kick inside 50. No one able to take that mark. North 3-0 just trying to come out of the contest now. They'll be trying to press for a late goal, but hopefully not give one up. Handball back in board there. Modica, one of those players that's picked it up. Tackled straight away by 4 North Fremantle players, and that is quarter time out here at Jubilee Reserve. Bassendean Football Club leading this contest 3-3-21. North Fremantle Football Club 2-1-13. And look, it's been a pretty good contest so far, Mark. It's still been a very even contest, but look, as we said, probably controlled by the big men around the ground at the moment.
Yeah, it has been, and been pretty strong start to what we thought would be a good contest. But you're right, we're still waiting for some of the running players to really assert their sense in the game. Fernando's been pretty good out in that outer wing, and Modica's been busy, but certainly has been a lot of the big guys from each side who have sort of set the standard, with Bennett Smith having a really good contest in there with Putland and Grublich, and Putland probably went in and gave North Freo a bit of the ascendancy, and then it's been a bit of an arm wrestle since then. So yeah, looking forward to seeing which midfield can get on top. The Bassendean players certainly look to have a bit more leg speed across the ground, and the North Fremantle midfield probably look to be a bit more hard and working like sort of midfielders, the likes of Cooper, and these sort of players inside. So yeah, really strong first quarter, but they'll need a lift from players like Mascos this quarter if they're going to be able to get back in the contest and put Bassendean under pressure.
We'll just cover the major goal scorers from both sides at the moment before we go to a quick break. Bassendean, 3 goal scorers so far. Peter Modica, Kane Archie and Levi Ridley. Goal scorers for North Fremantle Football Club, 1 to Tommy Eastor and 1 for Matt Marino. But look, as we are about to go to a break now, don't go anywhere. Hope you're enjoying the telecast out at Jubilee Reserve. We'll see you after a short break. And we're back here at Jubilee Reserve for the clash between Bassendean and North Fremantle Football Club, and we've got ourselves a contest. Bassendean leading, though, at the moment, 3 goals, 3-21. The away side in North Fremantle, 2 goals, 1-13. And look, North Freo, they started a bit slower, but ended up arresting back some ascendancy back. Mark, if you were the coach in Anthony Rock, what do you reckon the message would have been at quarter time?
I think it would have been pretty buoyed by that comeback that quarter, and probably just wanted to slow Bassendean down, I think, with their ball movement when Bassendean get the ball, see if they can just slow down their momentum a little bit and get their numbers back. But I would have thought Anthony Rock would have been pretty happy with that. Obviously, really experienced coach, really great to have him at Perth Football League level, isn't it? North Fremantle players obviously learning a lot from a bloke like Anthony Rock.
Absolutely right, as the umpire starts us up for this second quarter. Ball comes straight out of that contest there. No one able to bring it out straight away, but Ridley, good quick hands, gives it to Mackay. Daniels goes to kick it inside 50. Who's at the bottom of this one? The number 18 for Bassendean goes to go, and I think that could have been a touched ball, but apparently not. Umpire says that's a mark for Heenan from North Fremantle Football Club. So Heenan just goes out to the far side there, finds the big ruckman in Gribbelich. So Gribbelich just looking to take his time, looking for some options ahead. Decides to play on and just go long. It could be just a kick off side, the side of the boot, and knocked out of bounds there. No, it just stays in. Good pick up there by the player in Jake Murko. Murko went inside, finds his teammate who goes inside. Kick over the top there. Just seems to get a bit of extra distance on that far side. I think if there is still a bit of a breeze, it's definitely going left of screen. Yeah,
certainly is. If not even to that right pocket where the ball is now. It's quite a profound win. So North Freo did probably pretty good to kick a couple of goals into it. You'd think it's probably at least a 2-goal win board.
Absolutely right. And it just happens to be the side of the ground where we can't see absolutely anything as the umpire throws it in, and Bennett Smith just able to bring that one out. Good work by the Bassendean Football Club as they look to try and come out of defence, but gang tackle straight away by North Fremantle Football Club. And it's a free kick, is it? No, the umpire says he will have it back as he goes to ball it up again. Big fellas go up. Bennett Smith is one of them. Gribbelich wins that one out, though. Bassendean just at the bottom of that contest there. Good hands out. Clearing kick by Jason Daniels down the line. Ball over the top by the play in Heenan. He's been pretty good for North Freo so far. And the umpire will grab the ball just out on that outer wing, right in the middle of the ground. So once again, the two big fellas started the same at the beginning of the game in Bennett Smith and Gribbelich wins that one down again, but Bassendean just able to bring it out of the contest, and once again it's Ridley to Daniels. Good hands going forward there. Ball comes out of that. Mackay just tackled straight away. Could have been pushed in the back. The umpire says no. Once again, good contest by North Fremantle Football Club as they just keep hacking away and try and prevent that inside 50. And this time it's through Matty Hill who goes and brings it out there. Chopped off straight away by the Bassendean Football Club. But good quick hands by North Fremantle Football Club. They'll look to go inside 50 here. But the umpire has found a free kick.
It's going to Vader, I think it is, Ward, down there, the key defender. Yeah, Ridley's had his hand on the first 2 stoppages in the first 2 minutes going into the middle. First possession both times, Levi Ridley. So interesting to watch how North Freo tackle that.
So it wasn't the best kick there by that player for Bassendean. It comes out again. This time it's gone through Trent Campbell. He's tackled absolutely straight away. It's like his teammates didn't let him know that someone was coming. That play was Travis Booth that tackled him. But North Freo trying to bring the ball again, and Booth it is this time that picks it up. I reckon he's walked about 20 metres in a tackle. Well done by North Fremantle Football Club. Quick hands out, and they'll now try and come out of that contest there. I think that could be Matty Hill going up that side of the ground. North Freo just able to try and pick the ball up, but it goes out of bounds on that far side, and we're going to have another boundary throw in. We've got about 3.5 minutes in this second quarter.
Yep, side just getting pushed over to that defensive side of the ground at this point in time. Pretty important, I think, for North Fremantle to bring the ball out to the broadcast side of the ground.
That'll be pretty handy for them to score, and I think pretty handy for us to see the contest as Gribbelich just wings that one out. North Freo just coming out of the contest there. Good kick on goal and just out to the far side. That's the first score on the board for this second quarter, just under 4 minutes in. But Bassendean still lead at 3 goals, 3-21. North Freo now 2 goals, 2-14.
Yeah, good piece of work by the midfielder in Cooper there. Just couldn't finish, but really smart mid, Brad Cooper. As I said, ex-Geraldton player, tried to spend a bit of time at the Sharks early days, and a really important, prolific midfielder at this level is Brad Cooper.
So Bassendean just go to come out to this far side now. Good chip kick down the line, and once again finds a play in Levi Ridley. Probably been one of the best on ground so far today. End up with a lot of the ball. Ridley just once again assessing his options there. Looks like he'll go long up the line. He does indeed. One of those players that he's looking at going to is Kane Archie, but great spoil over the top by the big fella there. I think that could have been Jared Hunter possibly that spoiled that one over the top. He's a big lad, Hunter.
Certainly is. Big, strong boy. Got a few of those out here today, which is what you'd expect at A-grade level, but...
As the umpire throws the ball in again, hacked around the body there by Harris Walker, but the umpire seems to have found... No, it wasn't a free kick. It's gone straight to the hands of the player for Bassendean Football Club in Fernando, and that's an absolute belter of a kick. Finds Modica in the middle of the ground. Jason Daniels just links up absolutely beautifully. Kick inside 50, and that is a champagne football as he finds the play in Brodie Sutton. First game back for Bassendean Footy Club this week, and he'll come and have a set shot on goal. Great passage of play by Basso.
Fantastic. Again, really quick ball movement on that side. I think it was Daniels linked up with Modica really well, and great delivery by Peter Modica to hit Sutton, who'll have a shot for about 48 metres out, kicking into the wind. Plays on the arc.
Oh, and just to the line there. North Fremantle just scrambling to keep the ball in there. Well done by Del Brillo. Tries to play for a free kick there. Probably could have had one, but wasn't paid. And great gang tackle by Bassendean Football Club straight away after the pick-up by Jake Diggle. And he was doing absolutely everything he could there to make sure that one didn't go through. So umpire goes to throw it up again. Gribelich just able to pick that one up there. Diggle once again in the contest there. Bassendean Footy Club just trying to will it out. And the umpire will grab it again. Zagabria was the one that trying to bring that one out for Bassendean. So Gribelich knocks it down. Good clearing kick out of the contest there by Lockie Feeney. Almost a mark there, but well done and well picked up by Brock Anning. The left footer just strolls down the ground. Took a bounce. Oh, well done over the top by Vader, the big fella. And good contest there. You would have been proud of that one, Mark.
Did really well there, Mark Vader, to get over and close that down because Anning was off and away. Really great crumb by Anning, the left footer. Showed a lot of pace, but Vader just came over and closed down that space, Ward, and that's the sort of things you need from your key position players. So about 6.5 minutes gone now in this second quarter. Bassendean still leaving it as Gribelich knocks that one down. Good pick up straight away by Kai Lucy. They've thrown him up around the ball now. And what's the umpire said? No, just a straight give it back to me. Both teams going in pretty hard in the contest at the moment as the umpire throws it up again. Gribelich brings it straight out, goes straight down to the play in Tyrant for North Fremantle Football Club. Inside 50 there. And that's a great mark by the North Fremantle player. And I think that could be possibly number 26 for them. It might be Jack Musica, sorry. Absolutely, really good mark from the little fella down there.
We almost didn't notice him. He looks like he's miles away from here, but he sure isn't because he's strolled in and he's kicked it behind. Definitely a gettable goal there, Mark, and it's one North Fremantle absolutely needed.
Yeah, well, 15, 20 metres out directly in front. You can't be missing those at this level, Ward, and unfortunately he did. But that's exactly right. So North Fremantle don't need at this point in time when they're looking for their first win of the season. You've got to take those chances at this level. Absolutely
right. And Musica is absolutely filthy with himself as Bassendean go to bring the ball in again. Marked by the co-captain in Reece Anderson. Anderson just goes and chips it. Another beautiful kick there finds Jake Ricks. So Ricks, once again, he's just happy to chip it around there. Gutsy kick. Hasn't come off. Snapped around the body. Will he make amends? Oh, almost hits the top of the goalpost. And another behind on the board for North Freo. They're chipping away at this lead. It's now down to 5 points, but Bassendean leading this contest. 3 goals, 3-21. North Fremantle Football Club 2 goals for 16, and we've got about 8.5 minutes in this second quarter.
Yeah, unlucky Musica there. Did all the hard work, just couldn't finish off on that occasion.
So Bassendean just go to play on out of defence now. Oh, great chip kick there and finds a player just on that far side. I think it might be Ricks again. Goes to handball off and just goes to kick in the middle of the ground. Good kick there and finds the player in Zagabria. So Zagabria goes to chip it across.
Look at the numbers out on the broadcast side for Bassendean. Looking to switch on that fast play again, Ward. Here they go.
Well done there, and it'll be interesting to see what they do. Just taking that slow pace style, finds Daniels, plenty of opportunity to go forward. Probably not the best kick in the world, and probably not one Daniels would normally go, but it's come off. Modica finds it. Well done by Ricks. Ricks just goes to handball it underneath. Well done by North Fremantle Football Club, and great tackle over the line by that player in Zagabria.
Player down here from North Fremantle, just off the ball. Can't quite see who it is, holding his head, the North Fremantle player.
Oh, geez. And the other play there was Campbell Tyrant from North Freo. He looks pretty sore and sorry as well after that tackle from Zagabria. I don't think there was anything in it at all, but the umpires decided to give a free kick.
Right in front of the Carlton Dry Sirens tent there. The locals are giving a little bit of feedback to the North Fremantle team, as you'd expect out here at Bassendean.
So Jakey Diggley does look a bit sore as he goes to come off the ground there. Umpire calls time back on. It'll be a free kick to Campbell Tyrant. So Tyrant just goes to chip it up. As you do, just goes to kick it right over the head of the injured player, because why not? But he finds the player there in Tommy Gleeson for North Freo Football Club. So Gleeson on the left foot goes down the line again, just trying to get some distance. Could have been a free kick to Bassendean Football Club there. Silly play there by Campbell Putland. Could have had the reversed free kick. Has he had it reversed? And they called a free kick a bit further down the ground here.
I think the umpire's got a bit confused. He's played a 50-metre to North Fremantle. It probably should have gone the other way, I think, Ward. I think Putland came in late and hit the Bassendean player, and the umpire, who wasn't in control, has come in and paid a 50 metres, which was a little bit confusing, and North Fremantle might have got the fortune of this one, I think.
They have indeed, mate. And look, we might have missed something there. The umpires are right on the ball here with the A-grade competition, but Harris Walker strolls in and kicks the absolute easiest of goals. And look, North Freo, mate, they've taken the lead. They lead this contest 3-22. Bassendean Football Club 3-21. We've got about 11 minutes in this second quarter, and I'm still not sure exactly what happened there, Mark.
No, all I can think is, as I said, the umpire might have got confused. They've been fantastic so far, the umpires today, but they're human beings like everyone else who are entitled to make a mistake. And unless something else happened off the ball, that's something I could see. North Freo got away with that one, and as you said, Ward, they hit the front here away from home. Been a really spirited start to the second quarter from the North Fremantle Magpies.
And looks like the conditions are starting to get a bit cooler as well. I reckon we started at about 45 degrees and she's down to about -3 at the moment. So it's going to be a cold afternoon. As we said, it's only halfway through the second quarter and the clouds are starting to swirl around. So hopefully the Bassendean Council have got the lights ready to roll, because we're going to be in for a dark fourth quarter as the umpire throws it up again. Putland, once he gets into that ruck, he makes a difference. Knocks it down to the captain, Jake Mirko, inside 50 there. Good work out of the lead by Harris Walker. Can't quite pick that ball up. Bassendean just looking to try and bring that one out of the defensive 50. But good tackle pressure there by North Freo just to lock it in. They're up and about at the moment of the North Fremantle Football Club. As the umpire throws it up again, Putland in the ruck, just takes it out, uses his power there. Handballed over the top there by the player in Tommy Gleeson, but Bassendean looking to bring the ball out there. Good quick hands. Daniels was one of those there as they look to bring the ball up that far side. A good kick finds Zagabria, who'll look to just try and slow it down a little bit as he doesn't have a lot in front of him. Decides to go long anyway. A couple of players out on that far side, and good powerful mark there by Brodie Sutton. Sutton just goes to play on quickly. One of the players out on that far side is Travis Booth. Good work going back with the flight of the footy for North Freo Football Club, but great tackle there by the player from Bassendean. Steps inside. Well done. Just a kick straight in front. And out to the right-hand side. And look, good pressure by Bassendean Football Club, and North Freo got away with one there, and it was that player in, I think it was Kirsten Hunter.
Certainly did. They had Kane Archie all on his own at the top of the goal square, screaming for the ball. They just didn't see him, and the extra handball from the big man, Bennett Smith, could have gone over the top to Archie. Would have been a certain goal, Ward, but that's the way it goes. You don't always get those, but let's see if North Fremantle can bring the ball back in here, how they bring the ball in from their defensive half.
And Archie definitely gave Hunter a bit of feedback there as well, going, champ, I was all out on my own. As North Freo go and kick it in. A good long kick there. Finds the last goal kicker in Harris Walker a long way up the ground. So Harris Walker just goes to kick it over the top there. Finds a play in Lockie Feeney.
North Fremantle midfield just starting to get some ascendancy here. Starting to get on top. Bassendean midfield need to wrestle that back.
So Feeney goes and kicks over the top. definitely using the wind well are the North Fremantle Football Club as Bassendean go and trying to kick the ball out there. Harris Walker, he's been absolutely on fire the last 5 minutes and kicks inside there, and great mark. Going back with the flight of the ball was a player in Kai Lucy for North Fremantle Football Club, and they're going to have another set shot on goal.
Yeah, they are. They're getting their reward at the moment. They've been a lot better in the contest. Lucy lines up. He's been working hard as a forward, presenting so far, but hasn't got on the end of many. But he's got an opportunity now, Ward, from what we'd think is about 45 metres out to kick their second in a row, North Fremantle.
And so we're right behind this one now. Lucy, it looks like he's a left footer. Starts it out left. It's starting to come back, though. It's starting to come back very, very well and goes straight over the goal umpire's head. Another goal on the board for the North Fremantle Football Club. That's the first one for Kai Lucy. Second goal for North Freo. Bassendean yet to trouble the scorers, and they take a lead in this contest, Mark, now. Almost 15 minutes gone. Yeah,
it's all gone quiet down here at Jubilee Reserve. The Carlton Dry tent's gone a little bit quiet as North Fremantle have got on top, and as we see how fast Bassendean move the ball when they've got it, but at the moment their midfielders aren't quite working that hard the other way, and the likes of Cooper and Harris Walker and Gleeson have been able to get on top the last 7 or 8 minutes, and important that Bassendean respond.
So the umpire brings the ball back to the middle of the ground. As we said, about 15 minutes now gone in this contest. It's an absolute belter out at Jubilee Reserve at the moment, as umpire Warribeck goes to throw it up again, and good win out of the ruck by Griblich this time, but Modica able to get to the bottom of this. Hacked around the body by the big fella from Bassendean Football Club, but good work going back with the flight of the ball was a play in Campbell Tyrant. Tyrant just goes to kick it on straight away, finds a play in Matty Hill, so Hill goes to kick it up to the advantage of Harris Walker. Could have been legged, goes through a contest that he probably should have played on quicker out of, and great tackle by the Bassendean play there. He just goes to play on nice and quick, an absolute grubber of a kick. Matty Hill just sees it out of bounds right in front of the tents for Bassendean and North Fremantle Football Club, and the umpire will throw it in right in the middle of the ground. 16 minutes gone in the second quarter.
Cheaty's getting a little bit frustrated. Last couple he's been on and just hasn't been used. Keep presenting, son. Your time will come.
The umpire goes and throws a good long throw in by the boundary umpire. Harris Walker once again goes to bring it out of the contest there. Handball's back there, and quick kick forward by Adam Feeney. Oh, almost a good mark there. Wasn't paid. And here come Bassendean Football Club. Good chip through the middle of the ground. Doesn't sit for Del Borello, but coming over the top was Alex Barton. Barton goes and plays on nice and quickly. Finds a player over the top in Zach Gerard. So Zach Gerard, 75 metres from home. Just a long up and under kick. Players fly at it, and great mark going with the fly to the footy was that player for North Fremantle Football Club. And they're going to have another set shot on goal. And North Freo, where's this team been for the rest of the year so far? They are absolutely on fire in this second quarter.
Yeah, great contested mark there from Ben Wardle, I think it was, the full forward. He wouldn't have had many opportunities this year based on how things have gone, and that was a great mark. Let's go back and see if Ben Wardle can kick North Fremantle's third in a row and open up a bit of a gap here on Bassendean.
So Wardle on the runway just stabs through it absolutely beautifully and got the distance, but just out to the right-hand side, and that's could be a costly miss for North Freo as they look to try and make the most of this ascendancy. And look, as you called a bit earlier, mate, it was probably a 2-goal breeze, and they have kicked 2 goals to zip in this quarter so far. Bassendean got the 7.5 minutes now just to try and arrest a bit of momentum and hopefully get another one back on the board.
Can't see that wind getting any lighter as the game goes on either, Ward, so it could be quite pivotal. North Fremantle coming home with that in the last quarter. Bassendean are going to have a really good second half of this second quarter and a good third quarter if they want to win this game.
Absolutely right, as Basso just come to bring the ball in there, and you could see how much that ball held up there as Vader goes to take a good mark, kicks it over the top there, and Bassendean players just running forward to the contest, kicks over the top. Zagabria can't quite take the mark. Sutton was in there as well, but North Freo just able to pick the ball up. Oh, well done coming out of defence and chips up the line there. He finds that player in Wardell who wasn't able to kick through that goal for North Freo before. So Wardell 70 metres from his own goal. Just on that far wing goes a nice little chip kick. Finds the player in Jack Musica. So Musica decides to go long now. Who's there? It's the Bassendean player. Good spoil over the top by Reece Anderson. And I think the umpire might have found a free kick. He has indeed.
Yeah, it's called a blocking free kick there against the Bassendean defence. Umpire Warribeck came in, said he was shepherding illegally. And we'll see Marino with a free kick. Ward going back to line up for his second. Matt Marino.
So set shot for Matty Marino now, and Darren Young. He's going to have a bit of work to do with these Basso blokes at half time, and another costly miss for North Fremantle Football Club. They really need to try and put these boys away and get that lead going into the half-time break. They still hold on there, but probably not as much as they'd lead. They lead this contest 4 goals, 6-30. Bassendean Football Club 3-4-22.
As we know, no one ever tries to miss goals, but I'm sure Coach Anthony Rock a bit frustrated with a couple of what would seem easy goals gone begging this quarter.
As they go to kick it up the line now, and North Freo just trying to hold that ball in. And the umpire will come around and go and throw it up again. So the umpire throws it up. The big fellow in Gribblage just brings it down. Good attempted kick forward by Jake Mirko, but hacked out of bounds by the Bassendean Football Club. And that'll be a free kick once again to North Freo. Looks like probably about 75 metres around from their goal. So that's a player in Feeney. Feeney just chips it up there. Not his best kick in the world. Will it come off for him? No, Bassendean able to get that one, and they look to come out the far side there. Good, quick hands. Geez, they play on well, just streaming through the middle of the ground. Del Borello out that far side, but it's the player in Zagabria.
Been good out there, Zagabria.
He's really come to life in this second quarter, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. They sent an exit to him a couple of times out in that wing, and he's been the link man.
So Zagabria, good long kick, but you can see it holding up in the wind there. What does it do? Sutton was one of those players there, but good knock over the top, and Matty Hill just goes the long kick down the line again. Who's at the bottom? A great spoil coming over the top by the play in Reese Anderson for Bassendean Football Club. Oh, good tackle there. Kai Lucy was the player with that ball. And Bassendean just hold it up in the middle of the ground. The umpire will come and throw it up again. 21 minutes gone now, almost in the second quarter. North Freo leading Bassendean Football Club.
Big 4 minutes, Ward, in the second quarter to see if Bassendean can stem the flow here or kick one back themselves.
And Bassendean, they bring this one out of the contest now. Just a good chip kick there. How does it sit? It sits very nicely for the big fella. Invader. Del Borello over the top now. You know he'll wheel him board, and he does indeed. Sutton out in the lead. Not his greatest one. Good running spoil there by the North Freo player. Clever tap over the top there. Zagabria trying to pick the ball up. Ends up tackling the North Freo player over the shoulders. And the umpire says that's okay with me.
Yeah, Sutton was on beautifully there, just ticked back, ticked up at the foot. Del Borello just couldn't hit him, but they're the little differences at the moment.
As Bennett Smith just knocks that ball over the top there, play in Tommy Eastor. Just goes to try and pick it up, handball back there. Good pressure by Bassendean, but North Freo able to just clear it over the line there. Anderson goes to knock ball out and follows up beautifully with a tackle. And once again, the umpire will come in again. 3 minutes left to go in this first half. North Freo with a lead out at Jubilee Reserve. Bassendean and North Fremantle Football Club. Umpire throws it up again. Well done by North Freo, able to take that one out of the ruck. Could have been a free kick, but Bassendean able to pull the ball out of that contest. Just going to hack the ball forward there. Well done by Bassendean, just kicking it forward there. How will it sit? Sits better for the North Fremantle player. Good handball back there. Once again, good kick up the line. Going to a big contest. Spoil over the top. One of those players was Vader. Ends up falling in the hands of Hollingum for Bassendean Football Club. Is it going to go out of bounds? No, just sits beautifully there. Almost marked by the player in Ethan Curran. But the players jump on. Warribeck looking at it, and that could be holding the ball. No, the ball's come out of that one. And he's found a free kick. Could be a pushing free kick, I think, in the back. And it is. It's going to Bassendean Football Club. So good kick there. Just out on that far side. And, geez, I've never felt so far from the action as we are at the moment. Bassendean just looking to take their time now. They know they've probably got one last roll of the dice to try and get a score in this quarter. Good kick there. And just spoiled over the line from the big fella in Bennett Smith. But they're at least getting close to their inside 50 region now. They're 60 metres out from goal. Got a couple of minutes to put a score on the board.
Absolutely. North Fremantle will be trying to defend this last couple of minutes desperately, and Bassendean looking to hit the scoreboard here and level things up on half time. So big minute 40 to play here at Jubilee Reserve.
As the umpire throws it up, and no ruckman able to take it out, but the midfield group for North Freo, and Brad Cooper just kicks it up beautifully. Well done by Bassendean Football Club. Gang tackle straight away. Two blokes on one. And the umpire, I think he might pay holding the ball. Yes, he does. He's paid a free kick there against North Fremantle Football Club, and Bassendean will go quickly, kicks it out to this far side. Jason Daniels is one of those players out there. Feeney, those spoils over the top. Jason Daniels just going back. Not the greatest handball there, but able to pick it up and finds Fernando. Fernando just goes back, finds Ricks, goes over the top there. How does it sit? Doesn't sit well. Finds a big fella there in Gribbelich. Just goes and kicks absolutely long. Oh, and smart Mark at the front of the contest there, and Mark Winnett will be happy with that. Forwards, you always need to present forward, and North Freo are going to have another shot on goal.
Absolutely, Ward, and that's the reward you get. No, sorry, the umpire's balling it up, is he? I thought it was a mark down there to the North Fremantle forward. Yeah, it is a ball up, Ward.
Jeez, he must have been touched off the boot or something there. But North Freo go and have a shot on goal just around the corner there. Does it go out of bounds? No, just stays in. The umpire's called it out of bounds there, but geez, I'd love to see a replay of that one.
Yeah. Again, smart forward though, was set up in front. Whatever happened, but he could well have been lining up for another goal. Would have been a very handy one for North Fremantle. So
about 20 seconds left now. North Freo just trying to put another one on the board. Good tackle straight away there, but coming out of the contest, snaps around his body.
What a goal.
And he's kicked an absolute beauty there. I think it's the number 35, possibly for North Freo Footy Club. Might not be though. We'll have to see if we can find out who that player was.
Looks like it was Musica, I think, Ward.
I think you're right, mate. So Jack Musica right on the bell of half-time has kicked an absolute beauty for North Freo Footy Club. That's their 5th of the game now, and they go into half-time leading this contest 5 goals, 6-36. Bassendean Football Club 3 goals for 22. What an interesting quarter of footy it was for Bassendean. They kicked 3 in that quarter. Bassendean weren't able to put a goal on the board. And they they go into halftime with all the ascendancy at the moment. Yeah,
they certainly do. What they have, 8 scoring shots, I think, for the quarter, North Fremantle, and Bassendean 1. And I'm not sure it was all down to the wind. I think the work rate of the North Fremantle players went up another notch, Ward. And the likes of Cooper's been very prolific inside, and Harris, Walker and Gleeson starting to get to work. And they've been served really well from the ruckman Putland, and they look like a side that wants to win their first game of the year, and they can sense that they're a chance. And when you play these games, it's always a really tricky one, because when you've been losing every week and you start to sense that you're a chance to win, you find yourself go to another level. And you can see the whole North Fremantle collective group really went to another level then, and it's game on. Bassendean need to respond.
Absolutely right, and Darren Young just out in the middle of the ground actually with troops at the moment. He hasn't taken them straight into the rooms. He'll be sitting there saying, look, we've got some premiership reunions on today. We've got the Carlton Dry Siren sessions. You boys need to get it together and put in a big second half. But we'll go through the goal scorers for each side so far. Josh Harris-Walker, Jack Musica, Tommy Eastor, Matt Marino, Kai Luzi. The goal kickers so far for North Freo Footy Club, Bassendean Footy Club, all singles as well. Modica, Kane Archie and Levi Ridley. But look, as we now sit at halftime now, North Freo Footy Club leading this game by 14 points. We'll go to the halftime break, and we look forward to seeing you for what should be a ripping second half out here at Jubilee Reserve. All right, and welcome back to the third quarter of action here out at Jubilee Reserve. Bassendean Football Club and North Freo Footy Club. And North Freo, look, they're looking for their first win of the year so far, but they're leading this contest at the moment. 5 goals, 6-36. Bassendean Footy Club, 3 goals, 4-22. They are kicking with a breeze in this third quarter, and it sets us up for an absolute beauty.
Absolutely. Need a big quarter, Bassendean. 2 goals down. I'd say that's about a 3-goal wind, and looks like it's getting stronger towards the left of screen. So Bassendean will need a big quarter this quarter. They'd want to be in front at 3-quarter time, Ward, or level if they're going to run over and win this game.
Now look, interestingly for North Freo, they've decided to start Putland in the ruck, who's been very good so far. And he goes up and wins that first contest down straight away. Goes to follow up his own work. Bennett Smith looks like could have been injured out of that one, but well done going through the contest. The big fella in Kaynard Shee. Good powerful kick inside 50 there. Mackay hands balls back on that far side. Zagabria, can he pick it up? I've lost the play there. Zagabria goes for a shot on goal just across the face. Del Brello wanting that one there, but good early signs from Bassendean to start this second half.
Yep, no doubt, Coach Darren Young had a strong chat when they were in the rooms for quite a while, Bassendean, so he would have worked out a plan for this quarter of how he wants them to attack it, and let's see if the side's good enough to be able to bring that into play.
So North Freo just looking to try and get the ball out of the car park first, and they're looking at trying to bring it in from there.
Wouldn't been any rush either, the North Fremantle defence.
Just strolling out of defence now. Good kick over the top. Finds the running player from North Fremantle in Jake Diggle. Came off during the second quarter. Good to see him out for the second half. Diggle just goes to kick over the top. Finds a player in Jason Mascos. So Mascos been pretty good so far today. Kicks into the middle of the ground. Finds a North Freo player who just goes over the top there. Finds Lockie Feeney. So Feeney just goes down to this side of the ground here, just in front of Matty Marino. But picked up, well done by the player in Jack Musica. Inside there, kick around the body. Great spoil over there by Reece Anderson. And the ball goes out of bound. I'm going to say 51.5 metres around from the North Fremantle goal.
Yeah, any goals they get to the right of screen are a bonus this quarter, North Fremantle. So Bassendean got to defend really hard.
So umpire throws the ball in. Putland just wins that one there. No one able to grab the ball out, but good quick hands there by the big ruckman. Spoiled off the boot there was Mackay. Good quick hands forward there. Could have been a free kick because the umpire seen one. And he has absolutely indeed. And I think it's going to go to Brad Cooper possibly. No, it's not. Oh, it is too. It's going to Brad Cooper.
Been excellent today, Cooper. Putting his head over the footy. Oh, unlucky not to give 50 away there, Archie. Ward ran straight through the mark, didn't he?
Absolutely right.
Umpire gave him a little bit of a let off there, but this will be beyond Cooper.
And he hands it off, finds Matty Hill. Matty Hill, normally a good long kick, goes onto his left boot, and great spoil there. Jeez, what have I just seen there? Bassendean Football Club spoiling back to goal, and it's been knocked over the top. Zach Gerard, right place, right time. And they've paid a goal. And I tell you what, just from where I was, mate, I thought that might have been a behind already. But look, the goal's on the board, and North Freo, they've picked up their first of the second half. And we've only got 3 minutes into this contest.
Yeah, just a standard error. I think it was Fernando there. Obviously, if you're going to spoil back to goal, you've got to cover the goal line. Otherwise, you've got to spoil hard and wide in defence. And the big fella, Gerard, just couldn't believe himself and did a Stephen Gerrard-like finish off the ground. And North Fremantle, first goal of the third quarter, they've opened up a 19-point lead down here, and that's exactly what Bassendean did not want. Big premiership reunion day down here, Ward, and we need to get that crowd up and about.
Absolutely, because they're bloody quiet at the moment. They seem to be enjoying half-time there. Lots of frothies going down, but yeah, they need to start transforming on the field as well as Bassendean go to bring the ball out of the contest now. And North Freo, though, ended up with a free kick. And I'll go to Lucy for North Freo Footy Club. So Lucy just told to play on, just chips it up beautifully. Finds the player for North Freo, goes to kick inside, goes over the top there. No one able to pick that ball up, but good follow-up work by North Fremantle Footy Club there. Just able to bring that one out of the contest. Harris Walker could have been tackled high. The umpire says, I'll have it back though. So that was Jack Musica. Picked that one up.
No one in the goal square here for North Fremantle. Nice and open.
So knocked over by Gribbelich straight away there. Bassendean just trying to pick up the ball. And it comes out this time. No, it doesn't. Dropped by Mark Vader. North Freo just trying to knock the ball forward there. Oh, great tackle. Number 20 for Bassendean Football Club, a player that wasn't in the budget. He's had a bit of it today. And Del Borello once again looking a bit lost just inside his defensive 50, but takes a mark and just looking to take a bit of time off. Nice up and under kick.
Brandon Norrie, Ward, number 20.
Brendan Norrie is
He spent a bit of time at Swan Districts by memory. Yeah, he snuck in late on the team sheet today.
So Modica just looking for some distance up the line there. Good spoil over the top by Eastor. Flicked inside there by Bradley Cooper, and good follow-up pick up by Heaney. Well done there as the ball comes through. Great gang tackle by Reece Anderson. Spoiled beautifully, and great follow-up by the two co-captains in, as we mentioned, Anderson and Caradizzalo.
Got Musica one out in the goal square. Plenty of room to move. He's saying to his key forward, go away, leave me alone. I've got 25 metres here and I want to be one-on-one.
So yeah, Bennett Smith knocks that one down, picked up straight away by the player in Bennett Smith again, And the umpire's going to come and throw it up again. Good pressure to start this third quarter. North Freo with the early ascendancy so far. North Freo just trying to bring that one in. Dragged in by Campbell Tyrant. That could be holding the ball, I reckon. And it is indeed. Free kick to Bassendean Football Club. And they'll bring it out of defence through Connor Tolley.
Let's see what they can do here, Bassendean. Kicked one goal since after the first 5 minutes of the first quarter. So their scoring certainly dried up.
So good kick there by Tolley, but just not able to take that mark was the player in Ethan Curran, and tackled straight away by North Fremantle Football Club. Umpire was circling around but decided to come and grab it 70 metres around from the Bassendean goal.
Just got the spare back as well at the moment, Bassendean. As comes to man up his North Fremantle opponent now.
So Grubelich able to take that one out, but picked up straight away by Bassendean Football Club, hacked out by Bennett Smith. Del Borello almost takes the mark, but good work there. Going back with the ball was Kieran Hunter. Hunter just out onto the far side there. Any Bassendean players out there? One of those is Zagabria, but North Freo just trying to come out of that contest. Good follow-up work again there by McKay. Finds Levi Ridley up and under. Almost goes over the trees here at Jubilee Reserve, but great spoil out on that far side by North Fremantle Football Club, and just relieving the pressure.
Really important that Bassendean score from this foray forward. Let's see what they can manufacture from this boundary throw-in. Watching for the likes of Ridley, Daniels to impose themselves on this stoppage, Ward.
So the umpire calling for the ruckman. Umpire throws it in now. Gribblich almost goes up unopposed. Plays just a walking maul, and the umpire will come and grab it. Probably 30 metres around from the Bassendean goal. Umpire throws it up again. Just knocked down straight away. Tapped forward there by the player from Bassendean Football Club. Here comes Daniels. Will go and pick it up. Oh, good don't argue there. Just pushes off beautifully. Goes to handball forward, but out of bounds just before Fernando can get it. And the umpire will throw it in once again. Just over 50 metres around from the Bassendean goal.
Yeah, North Freo will be really happy with this slow play. Just sucking time off the clock this quarter. While Bassendean have the win, stoppage after stoppage would be the order of the day for North Fremantle, no doubt. Coach Anthony Rock will be really happy with their efforts so far.
So the umpire throws it in again, and probably knocked down by Bennett Smith this time. North Freo just go to clear it out of the contest. Well done by the North Freo forward there, and Musica just goes to kick it around there. And I think it is Harris Walker who just goes and kicks and hopes. How will it sit? Bassendean Football Club just trying to get that. Well done by the player there in Matty Marino. Just able to half that contest there. Good shot on goal. How will it bounce? Just out to the right-hand side. Hits the goalpost and out of bounds. And that was Zach Gerard. He's ended up hitting the scoreboard earlier in the game and was almost able to add another one to his tally. But yeah, North Freo, look, they're leading this contest at the moment. 6 goals, 6-42. Bassendean Footy Club, 3 goals, 5-23. And we've got about 8.5 minutes in this third quarter. So the umpire throws it again. Gribblich has been pretty good just to start this third quarter. Great tackle by Bassendean Football Club. Holds it in nicely, and we'll have another stoppage about 30 metres away from the North Freo's goal. Once again, Gribblich going up in the ruck. Looks a bit oversized compared to the other ruckman at the moment. Good tackle there by the North Freo player in Jake Mirko, the captain, doing the right thing, and holds it up inside his forward 50 again.
Done really well here, just a slow Bassendean right down. North Fremantle, when they've got the ball, they can't get any of that free-flowing ball movement.
So Norrie almost able to half that contest this time. Well done by the North Freo player. Just coming out, Mirko. Good kick around the body there. Just hits it up to the hot spot there. Lucy can't quite pick it up. Well done. Good snap around the body. And just out to the far side there. Jason Mascos finding himself forward and puts another behind on the board. But it's another point, a handy point, and extends their lead to about 3.5 goals now. We've gone just under 10 minutes now in this third quarter.
Looking to go straight down the middle, I would be here, Ward. Fast play, and let's get the ball going long and straight. Bassendean, Fernando.
So Fernando, good long kick there, and the player chasing on that far side is Daniel Sharp. Goes absolutely past everyone. Del Borello there, and good forward play there by the North Fremantle player just to take it out of bounds. And the umpire will come and bring it in again. Conditions get a bit sunnier, but that wind is definitely kicking up now. Still a strong breeze out to the left-hand side. Bassendean needing to take advantage of it and make sure they're within striking distance, or probably a lead at the end of this third quarter. As the umpire throws it in again, Bassendean just trying to hack it forward off the ground. And once again, it'll go out of bound on that far side.
Yeah, really pivotal time of the game, obviously, for both midfields especially. Can the Bassendean midfield get some ascendancy and get back into the contest?
So Norrie now in the ruck for Bassendean. Probably been there for the last 5 minutes, and that's why Gribelich has probably been able to make the most of that so far. The umpire comes in again, and interestingly enough, I think Bennett Smith, they've just keeping him out of the contest at the moment, not in as that actual ruckman as Norrie goes to go up, but straight over the top was Gribelich again. North Freo just trying to bring it out. Fernando just tries to go the quick hands forward, and Kane Archie just powers out of there. Good handball out. Finds the player for Bassendean Football Club. Goes inside 50 there. Which players are there? As the umpire found a free kick. He has indeed, and I think that could be a free kick to Levi Ridley.
Certainly was, Ward, and again, Ridley in front, like all smart forwards should be. Made the North Fremantle defence nervous and infringement, and Ridley gets his chance to go back and kick what's a much-needed goal for Bassendean. We saw him early in the game, no problem from this range. I'm happy to back him in again here.
So Mark Winnett is backing in Levi Ridley. I'll tell you what, I am as well. Ridley comes in, strolls, set shot, straight over the goal umpire's head, and it comes without saying that's about as an important goal as we can get for the Bassendean Football Club. They trim it back a little bit, still just down in this contest. North Freo leading at 6 goals, 7-43. Bassendean Footy Club, 4 goals, 5-29. And we've just ticked over now, about 12 minutes in this third quarter.
Yeah, anyone out there remembers Paul Ridley, the triple premiership player at East Perth, Levi's dad? Paul would kick those with his eyes closed, upside down, no problem at all. And Levi chip off the old block is a magnificent kick, and that's his second today. And can that be the spark that Bassendean need to get back in the contest, Ward? As we see, undersized Norrie in the ruck, looks like maybe trying to play an extra midfielder almost, Bassendean. Yeah,
it does indeed. So interesting by Darren Young. He's a fairly astute coach, but well done by Norrie. He does come out of that one pretty well, but Gribelich does win it. Bassendean just trying to hack it out of there, and that's that player in Norrie just going to follow up in there as well. And the umpire's paid a free kick for in the back, and it is going to the extra midfielder in Norrie. Just hands the ball off to Kane Archie. Kane Archie just kicks it beautifully off the chest of Del Borello, but good follow-up work there. Handball's back. Archie, good work rate, goes to kick inside 50 again. Spoil over the top by the North Fremantle player. But at the bottom of that contest was Modica on the left boot. Good body work over the back by Brodie Sutton. Has it gone through a goal already? No, I think they've given the mark on the line. And look, this could be 2 in 2 minutes for the Bassendean Football Club.
Yeah, exactly what they needed and what the game needed. Bit of a lift there from the midfielder, Bassendean. Modica pushing the ball forward, starting to get back involved in the game, and Sutton goes back. Kicks another one for Bassendean. That's his first of the day. 2 in a row in the last 2 minutes to Bassendean, and game on again here, Ward.
Absolutely right, and that ball has gone about 7 deep in the car park, and I don't know if we're going to be seeing that ball again as the umpires go to bring it back to the middle of the ground. But we've got ourselves a real arm wrestle now at North Freo Footy Club. Jeez, and we've got another good contest as well in the AFL at the moment. We won't throw any spoilers out there, but look, if you're a Melbourne and Freo fan, I think it's a game that you want to watch a bit later on today. But once again, we're back at Jubilee Reserve, and North Freo now just with the 1-goal lead, and they're going to really need to try and arrest some advantage. And I think that extra midfielder that you talk about, Mark, going there for Bassendean has a paid advantage so far as the umpire throws it up again, and Bassendean just able to bring it out. One of those players that's been influential is Kane Archie. Player this time that goes to kicking inside 50 is David Mackay. Spoiled over the top there, Levi Ridley. Good chase there, goes to pick it up, can't quite grab it, and just seen out of bounds by the North Freo player. And player down in the middle of the ground for North Freo. I think it's Brad Cooper, is it, Mark?
Yeah, it is Cooper, and that's not what they need, North Fremantle. He's probably been their best, if not one of, so far. And really like the move of Norrie, because all he needs to do is compete, and then when the ball hits the ground, you know, he's got the better of the North Fremantle ruckman for agility and speed, and really smart move by Coach Young at half-time.
As they go and hack the ball out there, great spoil over the top by Bennett Smith, and yeah, it looks like the ruckman is starting to play more of that key defender kind of role and even up onto a wing at the moment. So, yeah, really interesting move by Darren Young, but it's paid dividends so far. And we've got about 15 minutes in this third quarter. North Freo still with a handy advantage leading this game. 6 goals, 7-43. Bassendean Footy Club, 5 goals, 5-35 as Modica just goes to hack it out there. How will it sit for the Bassendean Football Club? Well done there. I think it's Zagabria just goes to centre the ball there. Sutton over the top, can't quite take the mark. How does the ball sit now there? Going through the contest was that player in Hollingham. Ball coming out of this far side now and just kicked up the far side by the North Fremantle Football Club. Oh, unlucky going back with the flight of the ball was Ricks, but great tackle there by the Bassendean Football Club. And North Freo just trying to bring it out and stop this pressure at the moment. But Bassendean coming out absolutely swinging in this third quarter.
Yep, starting to get a bit of their run back, and the forwards are starting to see that this game's on the line. They're hitting the ball with momentum. North Fremantle midfield need to get back on top. There's some of that momentum back, Ward.
Absolutely right, Mark.
So a lot of stoppages here today, a lot of numbers around the contest.
As the umpire throws it up again, and Gribblett's just too strong in that contest at the moment, but the umpire's picked out a free kick, and that is going to go to the North Fremantle Football Club. Kane Archie just infringing there, I think it was, but a free kick to North Freo Footy Club. Ball coming up again. Mascos just goes to chip it up beautifully. How does it sit? It sits pretty well for Gerard. Just goes to turn in, side out. Reece Anderson, sensational tackle by Anderson there. Well done by Daniel Sharp. Chaps it over the top. And a good mark out on the lead by Hollingham. So Hollingham just looking for some short options up the ground. Finds one beautifully there. Good mark, and that could be 50 umpire. And it is. Great call there by the umpire. Even better call by myself, I reckon, there. And the free kick to Marky Vader, and he's going to go up probably almost within kicking distance, I would have thought, from here.
Yeah, absolutely. Great call, Ward.
So Vader goes to play on quickly. Finds a player in the middle of the ground, Modica. He's normally a good user of the ball. Finds Archie. He's a good long kick. Kicks it out. It's going to be right and a bit too far right. And good opportunity there for Bass. They weren't able to make the most of it, but still chipping away at that lead. North Freo leading this contest still, and we've got about 17 and a half in this third quarter.
Yes, well, obvious to say the last 7 minutes is really important for both sides. Stating Captain Obvious here, but game's on the line. Bassendean on a bit of a run. What can North Fremantle manufacture, and can Bassendean hit the scoreboard again?
So Matty Hill just goes to bring it out of defence there, and great kick, gutsy kick up the middle of the ground, and finds the big ruckman in Gribblich. Gribblich just goes to chip there. Not his best kick. Finds Hollingham, who just goes to kick inside 50. Marked by Mackay. Goes to handball back. Must not have been a paid mark. Goes back to Mackay. Straightens up. Goes straight, but goes left. And another behind for Bassendean Football Club. That's 3 in a row, unfortunately. But they bring the game back within 1 goal now. North Freo still with the lead, and we've got about 18 in this third quarter. So North Freo Footy Club don't seem to be in a massive rush to go and get that ball out of the car park at the moment. 7
scoring shots to 2 this quarter. The North Fremantle key defenders probably kicked another 5 metres back, Ward, I would have thought. Trying to suck this last 6 minutes with the wind that Bassendean have got. Let's see if North Fremantle can bring the ball back out through Diggle, I think it is. Playing on, running out to the half-back flank. Really strong mark on that occasion by Tolley from Bassendean. Rose high above the pack and took a really strong mark.
So Tolley just goes to play on, does absolutely beautiful. Kicks long, kicks strong. Who's going to be there? Great spoil over the top by the North Fremantle player, and that's another behind on the board for Bassendean Football Club. They keep chipping away. But they really need to put another goal on the board before three-quarter time. North Freo, as you mentioned before, taking their time to get that ball out of the car park.
Yep.
And I think you want to have the ball as less in play as you can at the moment with the way Bassendean are going.
It's certainly a mindset thing, isn't it? When you're kicking with the wind, all of a sudden the Bassendean players have found their legs. And, you know, for mine, there's no reason they can't run like this in the last quarter without the wind. But it'll be interesting to see how the game pans out, because there has been a game played to the left of screen, as the wind suggests it should be.
So North Freo just try and bring the ball out. They go to the far side of the ground this time. Good spoil over the top by the captain, and Caradazzolo just goes to flick the ball forward again. Well done there. Finds Fernando. Fernando goes long again. Who's going to go up for this one? Spoil over the top. How does it sit? Modica there. Modica on the left. No, chooses his right. And out to the left-hand side again. And another opportunity for Bassendean Football Club. That would have been a snag of the day contender for sure.
Yeah, a bit of the modern age football. They don't like the opposite foot anymore. That was just a left foot snap around the corner from probably 15 metres outward. It sounds easier than that, but well, it made it sound a lot easier than it probably really is. But young Modica on that occasion just didn't have the ability to snap it on his left. Tried to go to the check side, and it's a pretty tough kick when you're running away from goal. And nevertheless, Bassendean peppering to the left of screen. And Diggle's got to try and bring the ball back in now for North Fremantle and see if they can maintain some possession here.
So they come out to the far side of the ground again, going for a big pack of players. He's managed to almost pick out the Bassendean player beautifully, but great work by Norrie there. Just handballs it forward. Fernando, how does it sit for the big fella here in Archie? Onto his left foot, and he absolutely celebrates. And Bassendean back in front now. I think that's their third goal of the third quarter, and they find themselves now up 6 goals at 9:45. North Freo 6 goals, 7:43, and with 4 minutes left now in this third quarter, we've got ourselves an absolute belter going into the fourth quarter here at Jubilee Reserve.
Yeah, great goal, Kane Archie. Second of the game. He's come back into the game a bit this quarter after having a quiet second quarter, but showing his power and class there, Archie, and massive quarter from the Bassendean Footy Club so far. And if you're listening to us in the Carlton Dry Sirens, get up and about in there and get behind your team, because they're giving everything here at the moment. And really strong contest on our hands. 3 minutes to play in the third quarter down here. We've got a 666 infringement. Umpire Warribeck just giving a warning, I think it is, to North Fremantle on that occasion. Not having their player set up inside the 50. And away we go.
So the umpire throws it up again. Norrie does very well in the ruck, and that extra midfielder working well. Modica gets pushed in the back as he goes to kick it. Surely the umpire won't pay deliberate for that one. And he doesn't. He says throw it in again, and it's all Bassendean Footy Club at the moment, really going with this ascendancy. Can they chuck one more on the board before 3/4 time? I think the big crowd and Darren Young will be hoping so, as the umpire goes to throw it in again. Well done by the ruckman in Putland. He's going to take that one out. I think that's the first time in this quarter we've actually seen Putland back in the ruck mark.
Yeah, it is. And we said they had to be in front, Bassendean, at 3/4 time or thereabouts, and they are. So what a magnificent contest. North Fremantle gone back to Big Putland to see if he can give him some ascendancy in there. And Norrie's done a great job this quarter, that undersized ruckman midfielder we've been talking about. So let's see if Big Putland can give North Fremantle some ascendancy. So
Norrie actually takes that one out and will go straight into a big tackle. Could have been paid high as the North Freo player came down. I think the umpire might have thought he maybe ducked out of it, was the play in Jason Mascos. And he's just said, give it back to me, as Norrie and Putland go up in the ruck this time. And Putland probably wings that one out. Good body work by the North Freo play there. But well done once again by the play this time for Bassendean is Tolly. Oh, great hands. Goes and handballs off. Finds it back again. He's tried to go through a few plays there, but picked up by Mascos. Mascos just chips inside. How will it sit? Sits very well for Zagabriak. Goes back to Fernando, and outstanding tackle there. Should have been paid holding the ball. It's been paid as a legal disposal here, and there's a very small child running onto the field there. This could actually get a bit dangerous.
Yeah, get the kid.
And the umpire is actually going to have to stop play here. And one of the legends of the waffle in Arthur Mascos running onto the ground.
Got his South Fremantle kid on, Arthur. I think he wears that to bed. South Fremantle, former champion, and his son was a great player for the club too. And everything to get a kick, Arthur Mascos. He'll get on the ground whenever he can.
As North Freo go and kick the ball inside 50 again. Great ball over the top by Reece Anderson. Can North Freo pinch one late? Hopefully not, says Bassendean Football Club as they go to push it out. Del Borello in his defensive part of the ground again. Ball comes out. North Freo just trying to hack the ball forward there. Good quick handball. North Freo just snap inside 50. Oh, 3 Bassendean players and they spoil it beautifully. Coming out of defence is that play in Hollingham. Finds a player in the middle of the ground in Travis Booth.
40 seconds to go. Ward got to go fast here, Bassendean. Another goal will be really important.
Oh, and gutsy kick there by Booth, but it comes off. Finds a player in Del Borello. Delby just goes to knock it forward, but great mark there, and he's just managed to pick out the North Freo player, unfortunately, and he's gone and kicked in inside, and Kyluzzi takes a mark and says, calm it on down, boys. We've just got to try and take a little bit out of this. Season open player on the far side, but picks out the wrong one in the Bassendean player in Kane Archie. So Kane Archie, not much time left. He's just going to go long and strong now. Big up and under kick now. Can they have a mark before the 3/4 time siren? They can't. And it looks like the ball might run out of time. No. Snaps around the body now. Can they take a mark inside 50? Unfortunately not for Bassendean Footy Club. And that's all she wrote. 3/4 time here at Jubilee Reserve. And my goodness, we've got ourselves an absolute belter. Bassendean coming back strong in that 3rd quarter, leading this contest 6 goals, 9-45. North Fremantle Footy Club 6 goals, 7-43. And geez, we're set up for an absolute good last quarter, mate.
Yeah, we sure are. Geez, 8 scoring shots to 2. They answered the call from the coach, Bassendean, that quarter. And after North Fremantle kicked the first one, I think, of the quarter and set up a 3-goal lead, it was all Bassendean after that. And that fast ball movement that we've seen from them early in the game really came back to the fore, and their work rate lifted, and they were very impressive, Ward. But, geez, it's game on here, and the wind isn't going to do it for North Fremantle. It's going to come down to who can win the footy and work hard for this next 25 minutes. And if Bassendean are able to keep that work rate up, there's no reason they can't score to the right of screen.
No, look, absolutely right. And we will go through the goal scorers from each side. Bassendean, one multiple goal scorer in Levi Ridley. The others, Peter Modica, Kane Archie and Brodie Sutton. Goal scorers for North Fremantle Football Club. And I think I've missed a goal there for someone. It might have been Sutton with 2 actually as well. All
yes,
singles for North Freo there. Josh Harris Walker, Jack Musica, Tom Eastor, Matty Marino, Zach Gerard and Kai Luzzi, the goal scorers for North Freo. Do not go anywhere. Massive 4th quarter coming up here at Jubilee Reserve. We'll see you very soon. And we are back here at Jubilee Reserve. Massive fourth quarter coming up right now. It was 9th versus 10th going in today, but it's lived up to the absolute belter of a game that we thought it was going to be. Bassendean leading this one now, 6 goals at 9:45. North Freo 6 goals at 7:43. And look, they were a bit quiet at half time and a bit quiet through the beginning of that third quarter. But the Bassendean crowd, mate, starting to get up and about.
Yeah, they are. And Coach Darren Young's made a big change. He's put Jason Daniels to full forward for the last quarter. Monica's gone into the middle. Archie's gone inside, so a couple of changes for Bassendean, but yeah, big last quarter, really looking forward to it.
And absolutely right as the umpire sits there, ball held aloft, waiting for that siren. There it is. Fourth quarter here, Jubilee Reserve, let's rock and roll as the umpire throws it up again. Bennett Smith back into the ruck this time, picked up by the Bassendean player, but another ball up straight away. And Ethan Curran in the middle for Bassendean at the moment. Bennett Smith, good pressure through that contest. Gets the ruck work and just knocks his own ball forward there as well. Almost a great mark going back with the flight was Travis Booth, but throws it out straight away. Levi Ridley, clever handball there. How does it sit? Oh, high tackle umpire. And yes, he has paid it.
He's in the perfect spot, umpire Warrabeck, as he always is. Good positioning from their senior umpire out there, and he's in the perfect spot to give that kick to Booth.
So Booth just goes up and under. Not his greatest kick there. Well done by Levi Ridley there. Good work. Monica around his body. Great spoil by the player in Jake Diggle for North Fremantle Footy Club, and that could have been another score on the board. Nice and early for Bassendean.
Another interesting change, Ward. Norrie out of the ruck and the big fella Bennett Smith back in. So some tactical moves from Bassendean today, which has been good to see. Good to see things getting changed up and playing to the conditions.
Absolutely right as the umpire throws it up again. Bennett Smith. No, it was actually Ridley in the ruck this time. Ridley plays the extra midfielder. Kicks around his body. That's his third. Oh, we've seen absolutely everything today, but that's going to be my snag of the day contender. Outstanding work by the undersized ruckman there in Levi Ridley. Just casually walks out, left foot around the body from 40 out. And it's an important goal on the board for Bassendean.
Yeah, well, that's the importance of being able to kick both feet, isn't it? He was in traffic, could throw it on his left. As we've spoken about his smarts before the game, I'm getting excited now because I called him before the game saying he's a talent, Ward, and he's kicked 3, and I dare say there's another 1 or 2 left in him, Levi Ridley. And yeah, really, really important goal. North Fremantle, 0-7. What have they got in them, these midfielders? If they can win their first game of the year, the time is now, North Fremantle. And
they've got the win behind them in this last quarter. Anthony Rock will be getting absolutely up at the moment, trying to get these boys up and about, but it's all theirs to do on the field as Gribelich wins that one out of the ruck. North Freo just trying to push the ball forward there. Good, quick hands. Finds a player in Mirko, the captain, trying to lead by example. Kicks inside 50. Great spoil by the Bassendean player. Ball bouncing out there. Who's able to pick this one up? I think it could be Musica. Might not be. Oh, well done there. Great tackle by Bassendean Football Club. And the pressure is absolutely red hot at the moment as both teams, look, they want this win to North Freo, but Bassendean are looking for their second on the trot as well.
Absolutely. It's getting a bit dark here too, Ward. It's going to be a late finish, so let's hope the lights can come on or we can get through this game.
Hopefully right as the ball just goes to travelled out by Bassendean, but picked off straight away and beautifully by Jason Mascos. He's a good long kick, and Mascos, he just goes to play on. Kicks it right to the hot spot there. Good spoil over the top by Anderson. Flicks out to the far side. Finds the number 13 in Archie, who slips over. Hopefully he hasn't hurt himself. I don't think he has. Comes out this far side, and I think that's just going to flick out of bounds on the full and be another free kick to North Freo Footy Club, and they'll be trying to get a well-needed goal as we've gone about 3.5 minutes, I think, so far in this fourth quarter.
Looking for some repeat entries, North Freo. They can lock the ball in and score from here.
So Tyrant just goes to kick inside 50. Finds a Bassendean player, isn't able to mark it. Good pick up there by the North Fremantle player. Snaps around his body. Oh, good work through the contacts there. Was the North Freo player. Just kicks it up to that hot spot there. Spoil by Bassendean Football Club. But the little fella's there with the speed. Overruns it, but goes back, picks it up. Oh, great tackle, Bassendean Football Club. Holding the ball, and that's a great tackle there by Ethan Curran.
Yeah, those are the things that win games, that real desperation in the fourth quarter to make those tackles when you're feeling a bit tired. It was a great effort by Curran.
So they're up and about. Bassendean are still, and they just chip it up nicely. Finds Daniel Sharp. So Sharp just out to that far side there and finds, I think it could be Jason Daniels possibly on the far side. Chips it up down the line. Good spoil over the top by the North Freo player, and just going back with the flight of the ball now. Griblich just goes to kick it inside 50 there. Well done by Reece Anderson. Anderson just picks it up. Goes the banana around the body, the check side. Picked up by North Freo there. They'll be looking for another repeat entry. Just goes past the big fella there. Picked up by Jason Mascos. North Freo, great tackle by Bassendean. Just flips out of that one nicely. And Bassendean are out here. Not much to go in front of him. Levi Ridley has to go backwards to go forwards. Finds a play just on the far side there for Bassendean Football Club and kicks it out here. Finds, I think it could be Hollingum. Goes over the top, finds Kane Archie. Been one of their better players today as Archie. Just flicks it back, tries to find Ricks. Ricks has been good as well. Probably put himself under a bit of pressure there, but a free kick after he's kicked it.
Yeah, great work rate from Archie. You wouldn't have seen it off the camera, but he ran really hard to run into that space to give his teammate an option to kick too, and really smart from Archie.
So it's down the ground free kick, and it will go to Hunter for Bassendean Footy Club. Ridley just going to go out on a lead now. Hunter goes in that direction, but it's going to go over the top. Ridley goes to read it well, and Mascos just going back with the flight. Doesn't end up with the mark, but ends up with a free kick. Goes a quick kick inside, finds Jack Musica. Musica just trying to switch the ball quickly now over the top. How does it sit for Harris Walker? Doesn't sit right. Actually goes straight into the hands of the Bassendean player in Curran. Curran goes to kick it inside and finds Fernando. So Fernando just looks like he might take a bit of time now. Could have gone long to Sutton. He's trying to go in that direction. Ball holding up in the air. Good hit over the top, but Sutton taps back smartly now. He'll sit there. Oh, interesting kick off the ground there. Almost picked up by the player in Booth. But North Fremantle Footy Club check side kick around the body, and it's going to go straight back into the hands of the captain of Bassendean Football Club in Caradizzolo.
Again, looking to switch numbers out to the broadcast side of the ground.
And goes over that far side, finds Tolly. So Tolly just comes inside again, kicks it up, and Hollingum. So nice low kick inside, 50 pin point accuracy. Levi Ridley going back for his fourth, and Mark Winnet called it. He reckons he's got 5 in him.
Absolutely. I got up and about big buckets last week and he let me down, but this start I don't think it's going to be the same result, Ward. I'm feeling really good about this. This is going to have to be a kick. He's going to have to favour the right goal post. The wind is blowing right to left here, so not an easy kick for Ridley. We know distance isn't a problem. I'm still backing him in here after the way he's kicked the ball today. Ridley comes in, 35 metres out, slight angle. This would give Bassendean a 14-point lead if he's able to kick it. Goal umpire does not move. He's absolutely weighted it beautifully, and Ridley kicks his fourth. And Bassendean, ladies and gentlemen, on a roll down here at Jubilee Reserve. Levi Ridley, Ward, he made that look absolutely easy. A lot easier than it looks here with the wind that's blowing down here today.
Easy as pie, mate. And I think the thing for me is not a single Bassendean player on the line at all, mate. A couple of North Freo guys. The boys had his name in the book already as well. I'd written it down already as well. I was pretty confident. But Bassendean, more importantly, extend the lead now. They're up by 14 points, 8 goals, 9-57. North Freo Footy Club just starting to fall away a little bit now. Still got plenty of time left, but 6 goals, 7-43. And I'll tell you what, I think our man Levi Ridley, he's probably the favourite currently for the Dartfish Player of the Day.
I probably ain't give him the beanie now, Ward, almost. He's been very good. Someone would have to step up and take that off him in the next 10 minutes.
And that player, one of those has been Archie. He's been very good so far as Bassendean. Go inside 50 again. Good chase by the player in Hunter, but North Freo just go to kick it out of defence. Well done by Hollingum. Goes for the kick. Will it stay in? It does indeed. And finds the crafty player in Modica.
It's been busy today, Modica. Really good skills again. Archie, just smart, Ward. He finds the space. He runs into the pop space in front of him, doesn't he? And again, another really powerful kicker. He's going to have to kick this the best part of 54, 55 metres to clear the goal line. Again, right to left. Levi Ridley just showed him how to do it, but this is a far tougher kick, Ward, than Ridley just did.
It does indeed, and you can see the sun's into the players' eyes at the moment. There's just about everyone with their hands up. Let's see how he can go. Archie on the runway, kicking from 49, up and about, and geez, I reckon he's kicked it about 60, but way out to the right-hand side, and unfortunate miss for Bassendean Footy Club and Kane Archie.
Yeah, he was flipping the ball around in his hands on the way, didn't look overly comfortable, and kicked the in-swinger, unfortunately, but anyway, North Fremantle still going to get the ball out here, deep in their defensive portion of the oval, and desperately in need of a score.
So Lockie Feeney will be the player to bring the ball in. Not a lot of movement for both sides at the moment. I think Feeney's struggling. He's just trying to get in the trying to get out of the sunlight at the moment. Feeney just decides to go long. It's absolute belter of a kick over the top there. Could have been a free kick, Putland possibly. And yeah, he's paid that free kick at the moment for a push, and it's going to go to our man. I think that could be
Norrie back into the ruck. Yep,
it is Norrie indeed. Hits it off to Caradazola inside 50. Archie almost picks it up and marks it. Goes and finds his own footy there. Good power there. That's going to be a free kick. No, it's not. The umpire says give it to me, and geez, he had a bit of time to get rid of that, I reckon.
Yeah, he did. He tried to take the tackler on too. Lucky not to be pinged, but good contest now. No one wants to go after that one. No ruckman nominated. Archie got taken high again. Looked to be from here, Ward, but the umpire said, no, I'm not going to pay any of those in the last quarter. You're going to have to earn every kick you get, boys.
And interesting there by all the players. They actually kind of stood around a lot of the ones that didn't go in the contest going, what is going on?
Almost ran out there and grab it myself.
Mate, I reckon you would have got a kick as well, as Norrie wins that one in the ruck there. David Mackay in there as well. North Freo just trying to bring that ball out there, but good tackle by the player in Jack Musica. Player on the bottom of that pack. I think it's David Mackay.
Behind the ball, Bassendean too. They've got a spare back, so going to be hard for North Freo to bring this ball out.
So Putland wings it, but straight down to David Mackay. Putland right in his back. No free kick and another stoppage. 30 metres around from the Bassendean goal. They lead this contest, 8 goals, 9.57. North Freo 6-7-43. Norrie wins that one out, flips it to the front of the contest, goes to follow up his own work. No, that's Hunter, this time. And it just goes through for another behind, an important behind, and extends the lead out to 15 points now. Got 11 minutes in this fourth quarter, and North Freo, everything to do now as Diggle goes and kicks it out on the far side. Great kick there, but spoiled over the top there by Vader. Sits for Fernando and goes out of bounds just on the outer side.
Free kick paid from umpire Warwick there. Fernando's got the free kick on the far side of the ground, Ward. He's going to bring it in, kick the ball inside 50. Ridley, my man's there. Goes up to contest in front, crumbed off the pack. Was it by Delbarello? Inside out, kick Delbarello. The ball's still in play. Archie, North Beach player, goes to ground. Archie, his left foot snaps and just misses to the near side. It was Eastor who lost his footing there, the North Fremantle player. And Archie had a little bit more time than he thought he had, Ward, but unfortunately wasn't able to finish. But it's all Bassendean here in the last quarter. North Fremantle kicked 1 goal since half time, and unfortunately they've only had 2 scoring shots since then, and that's not going to get the job done.
It's not, is it? As Mascos goes and brings the goal in, and just absolutely precision passes. They bring the ball through the middle of the ground. Great kick there and good hands by Campbell Tyrant, who turns the ball over, and he didn't need to get going so quickly there, and that is holding the ball. Well done by Bassendean Football Club. Great tackle there, but that is an absolute Barry Crocker of a kick taken there by Zach Gerard. Gerard just goes over the top there. Good mark. No, it should have been a good mark, but follow-up work by the player from North Freo. I think that's Ben Wardell. Flicks it across, finds the captain there in Jack Micro. Kicks inside 50 just across the face of goal, and that's just out of bound to the far side. And unfortunate there by North Freo. They needed that one. They needed to score, but still an opportunity with the ball in. Ball to come in just around from their goal. And we've still got about 12 and a half minutes in this contest.
Yeah, plenty of time to go if North Fremantle are good enough, but they're going to need to start now. And they'll need to score in the next couple of minutes, you'd think. Need to put the pressure back on Bassendean, because at the moment the game's on Bassendean's terms, and that's exactly how they'd like it to be. 19 scoring shots to 13. Ward.
As the Bassendean go to kick the ball in again, and it's just out on that far side, and both myself and Mark Winnett just a bit distracted at the moment with some scores going on in the AFL, and I think it's going to be a good night of frothies for Mark Winnett and the Winnett household tonight. But we've got Bassendean at Jubilee Reserve at the moment, holding a handy lead. They lead this game 8 goals, 11.55, I think.
Not giving up any scores, Ward, but I've got my purple shorts on if that's going to give anyone a hint. But I'm absolutely up and about at the moment, and looking forward to the last 11 minutes here too.
And we'll see if we can keep us both focused for this last 11 minutes, because we've still got a contest here. Bassendean leading this one at the moment as they go to chip down the far side of the ground. Ball stays in play there. Good pick up and kick around the body by David Mackay. Just kicks it out. North Freo just going back there. Picked up by the big fella in Putland. So Putland just goes inside. Lucy can't get the ball, but it sits nicely for North Freo. Good run through the middle of the ground. Good handoff there. One of those players was Gerard. Kicks it long, kicks it strong. and just out to the right-hand side. And, geez, they needed that. North Freo chipping away again, though. Another behind on the board. And it's been a lot of North Freo, probably the last 3 minutes now.
Yeah,
not able to put one on the board. Down by 15, though.
Yeah, need at least 3 goals. Next.
And he's been very handy. The late inclusion is Brandon Norrie for Bassendean Footy Club. So Norrie just goes and kicks long up the side of the ground. Almost a good mark over the top there. Not able to be picked up, but good follow-up work by North Freo. And just out of bounds on that far side. North Freo were away there and would have had another inside 50. But it's starting to have a bit of a feel of that third quarter where Bassendean really got to chip away and North Freo were having to defend nice and hard. And let's see if North Freo can grab a goal on the board now. As North Freo just try and knock the ball forward there. They're out and about here, but Bassendean just defending strongly in a good, hard contest there, and the umpire will come in for another ball up.
I mean, besides the second quarter, Bassendean have been the better side today, but North Fremantle's second quarter was really strong, and disappointingly they haven't been able to finish that second half what we would have hoped they would to this point in time anyway. But Bassendean probably deserve to be where they are given the games played over 4 quarters.
So the umpire says play on there as North Freo just trying to come out of this contest, roaming maul across the ground at the moment. And the umpire is going to come and throw it in again. So umpire throws the ball up again. Both ruckmen sit there and go up for it. The player from North Fremantle, good hands out of there. Just kicking around the body. That player was Adam Feeney as the ball goes inside 50. And that little bit too far. And that looks to be just out of bounds on the full. Marky Vader will go back for Bassendean Football Club and take the kick in. Not in an awful rush at the moment.
No, happy to see this one just play out a little bit. I would have thought from here, Bassendean, and keep playing the percentages.
So Vader does that indeed, goes long down the line. Bassendean first hands to the ball but can't take the mark. Just trying to flick the ball forward there, put the pressure on North Freo. North Freo just trying to pick up the ball, can't do. Well done this time by Del Borello. Smart handball, probably in the back tackle there. Umpire says no, it wasn't. And he's let it play on.
Been pretty well held today, Del Borello, hasn't he? We both know what he's capable of. But he showed some flashes today, Jamie, but he's been pretty well held. But can my mate Levi Ridley kick another one?
And that's what we're looking for now there as Bassendean come to take that one. Hollingham is taken in that contest. 3 North Freo players in there now, and the umpire will come in and grab it again. Probably 70 metres out now from the Bassendean goal. They lead this contest. We've got about 7.5 minutes left to go in this game as Bassendean just come out now. Does it sit for Fernando? That's probably in the back, I reckon, umpire. And it is indeed. Free kick to Bassendean and Shannon Fernando. He'll have it about 60 metres from home.
Been good today on that outer wing, Fernando, hasn't he? A lot of run and carry and beautiful long kick. Just slowing it down a little bit now, but he's had a good game, Fernando. He's one of their better players, I would have thought, Ward.
Definitely right, and he kicks back and finds to Ricks, who's been handy in defence. Vader also been pretty good for Bassendean Football Club, and I think their backline in general has held up very well today as they go to switch the ball, and Daniel Sharp steps backwards 3 or 4 times. Looked like he might have cramped up a little bit there as he's marked the ball as well, and he has put in a mountain of work today as Daniel Sharp. The umpire says, come on, mate, let's grab the ball, and as Connor Tolley, I think, goes around to try and grab the ball off him. And the siren has gone off very early. I don't think that is actually the siren for the game. I think we wouldn't be a bad thing, but I think we've still got a little bit time to go.
There might have been a Freo supporter Ward in their car giving us a bit of a buzz, but all the players are a little bit confused because there's 6 minutes to go, but the umpire, I think, is waving it on, and we're going to go on here at Jubilee Reserve. Yes, we are.
I think we all got a bit excited there for a second, but no, this game is still going now, and that's Tolley, I think it is, or it could be Caradazola, and that's a sensational kick. Finds Jason Daniels, who leads well. Levi Ridley all by himself, doesn't go that way, goes the way of Del Borello, and look out for Ridley here, I reckon. Kicks it up, finds Archie instead, and well done by Kane Archie. And geez, they worked very hard for each other then.
Yeah, they do. I'm just trying to look at some of the better sides we've called in the last few weeks, and Bassendean have got enough X Factor, Ward, to be competitive. I think it's just consistency and being able to play this brand for longer. They've got the capability. They might not have some of the big names some of the other clubs have, but they've certainly got enough mix of talent and ex-Waffle players and enough big guys, I think, in their side to be a threat in the run home of this A-grade season.
You know, I think it really does have that feel of when you used to come up in the waffle days against the Swan District side, wasn't it? You know, just that, the amount of talent that would ooze through them as Fernando sets sail for home and just out to the right-hand side as the umpire said he's kept it in. Checked out by Jake Diggle, goes through his hands. Good pick up there by Modica. Quick handball back. 3 Bassendean players there. Almost thrown back there. Oh, well done, Hollingum. And the umpire has found a free kick, and that is going to Ricks of the Bassendean Football Club. So Jake Ricks with the free kick. It'll be interesting to see if he decides to have a shot on goal. I think I'll tell you what, mate, look for him to pretend to have a shot on goal and Levi Ridley to pop up here. That's what I'm calling, mate.
Yeah, I'm happy with that call. Taking as much time off the clock as he can, and Modica still calling for the ball. Ridley's just going to watch this one come in. Mackay from 52 metres out.
Oh, Ridley did go the cheeky lead, but he's just set it up nicely there. How does it bounce? Coming out really well there. Nice work by Mascos. Kicked out and cleared by Tyrant. And 2 Bassendean players out there. They'll have a bit of a raffle for it. Well done. And Hunter goes to kick inside 50. There's time. Ridley is one of them. Goes and flicks for Del Borello. Doesn't quite sit. Well picked up by the North Freo player. Just trying to handball out of the fence there. And it goes out of bounds on that far side. And Jared Hunter for North Freo just missed that one as it was coming out.
Been really courageous today, North Fremantle. You can't fault their endeavour and their application to the game. They've just drifted in and out of it, unfortunately. Haven't been able to sustain that for longer periods. So well done by North Freo as they come out of defence. Good quick around the body, and I reckon that one went as of about 7 metres. But the umpire said that is a mark, and Matt Marino goes to play on quickly. Good mark going back with the flight, and they go to play on quickly. Did Brad Cooper. Finds a player on the outer side in Tommy Eastor. He's not been bad. Good kick here. How will it sit? Harris Walker. He's going to need to kick this one. Oh, and they just lose possession at the wrong time and falls out of bounds on that far side, but not much longer left, just under 4 minutes in this contest. Bassendean Footy Club still leading 8 goals, 11-59. North Freo Footy Club 6-8-44. And as we mentioned, just over 3.5 minutes now left in this contest. Getting close to that time for our player of the day as well. And I think both me and Mark know who the Dartfish player of the day is going to be. Absolutely. For those of you who don't know, we'll keep you guessing for a couple more minutes, but if you've been listening to us for the last 45 or so, you'd be a fair chance of guessing who we're going to give that to.
I was going to say also thank you for listening to us as well. We appreciate it as North Freo have a flying shot on goal, and just Jason Mascos just out to the right-hand side. North Freo with another point on the board, but Bassendean still leading this contest.
Should be a big night at the Bassendean Footy Club tonight, Ward, with the premiership reunions on and what looks like will be a good win for the second win in a row for the Bassendean Footy Club, and all bodes well for the bar and the club to have a good night tonight.
Absolutely. As Kane Archie takes a mark in defence and just goes to chip back inboard, finds that play in Fernando. He's been absolutely everywhere today and probably would have been a strong pick also for the Dartfish player of the day. So Bassendean look to switch it back the other way, and that's a good, smart kick. Marked out on that far side by that player in, I think that could be Ricks. Goes and kicks it up, finds Hollingum. Also been pretty good for Basso today as well. Just taking time off the clock, good tick over the top, and finds Vader. No need to rush at the moment. It's all in Bassendean's hands at the moment as Vader goes to kick it back across goal. Finds Reece Anderson. Anderson just chips it up. And once again, finds Caradizzolo on that far side. So just chipping, taking time. Peter Modica takes a mark.
Yep, really enjoyed today's contest. Been a good contest. I'll get ready soon to go and give the Dartfish Player of the Day award out, Ward. But great calling today and really enjoyed calling the game with you.
Has been an absolute pleasure as always, and about a minute and a half left to go in this contest now. North Freo need 3 goals to win this game. Unfortunately, they're not going to do it. Bassendean will win this contest today out at Jubilee Reserve. About a minute and a half left to go in this contest. As we said, as Modica just goes to kick long and strong. Great mark over the chop by Jason Daniels. No, he's had a free kick picked against him there. No, he hasn't. The umpire's decided to give it to him. Daniels goes inside 50. Del Borello uses his smarts. How will it sit for him? Oh, it did sit nice, but then wasn't quite able to get it. But good follow-up pressure there. Hunter goes to Del Borello. Tips inside. How will it sit for him? Hunter Handball's over the top, looking for Ridley. Mark Winnett will be getting excited. Ridley steps inside, left foot, and finds Del Borello. Absolute champagne football. And Del Borello will go back. Hasn't troubled the scorers so far today, but will look to put his first one through the big sticks. And the absolute exclamation mark on this game. James Del Borello and Bassendean Footy Club will be celebrating this evening. So Del Borello puts it through the middle. 30 seconds left to go in this contest now. I don't know if we'll get back to the middle of the ground now, but well done to Bassendean. Came out strong after half-time. North Freo right in this contest, but look, only able to kick one goal after half-time. Bassendean able to kick 6, and look, that's been the story of the game so far. But look, not far away now, counting down the last few seconds of the game, and we'll end up flicking across to Mark Winnett very soon as he goes out to the middle of the ground. And as he said, look, if you know what's been going on, you'll probably know who our Dartfish player of the game is. But Mark Winnett now starting to head out to the middle of the ground. And I'll just go through some of the goal scorers for Bassendean Football Club. Levi Ridley kicked 4. He was probably a strong contender for the player of the day. Brodie Sutton kicked 2. Kane Archie 1. Peter Monaco 1. And James Del Borello 1. Goal scorers for North Freo Footy Club: Harris Walker, Musica, Eastor, Gerard, and Kai Lucy, the goal scorers. But we'll flick across to Mark Winnett at the moment. Yeah. And he's got...
Just down here with the Dartfish player of the day, Levi Ridley. Levi, 4 goals. Big win for the club. How do you feel, mate?
Yeah, pretty good. We're starting to get a bit of a roll on now. Two wins in a row. So, yeah, happy days. Everyone's back at Bazzo. So, yeah, good win.
You haven't lost any? Ex-Swan District's player, obviously, and just like your dad, mate, I said you stiff a goal. I had you pencil in for 5, but happy with 4 goals, mate?
Happy with 4 goals. Yeah, it's good.
Well done. All the best the rest of the season, mate. Well played today. Thanks, Levi.
And thank you to Mark Winnett. Well done to Levi Ridley. 4 goals today and a big win for Bassendean Football Club. He is our Dartfish player of the day. Looks a slightly later finish for everyone out here at Jubilee Reserve today, but geez, it's been an absolute contest. Bassendean, in the end, getting the chockies. They were able to win this game. 9 goals, 11-65 to North Fremantle Football Club. 6 goals, 9-45. I think we go to a bye next week as we start to get close to the long weekend. But it's been an absolute pleasure to be with you today. As we mentioned, out here at Jubilee Reserve, it didn't quite have the markings of a 9th versus 10th contest. It definitely felt a lot higher than that, but look, well done again to both sides. Thank you so much again to the team that looks after us every week. We had Haley, Travis and Adam. Well done to you guys for the work that you have done. Hopefully you've enjoyed the AFL footy today. For any of those Dockers fans out there, you know it's been a good day. Enjoy your weekend, drive safe, and we look forward to seeing you back soon. Remember to watch the Between the Posts broadcast that we do each and every week. Tune in for the next one as we will have our team of the year so far. Once again, enjoy your weekend. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again at the footy.